although I'm more on H3 side on this, H3 has done some really disgusting stuff in the past, right?
Oh, yeah,
And
he's a
I'm
total piece of
so
shit.
so glad they're all destroying each other,
These people destroy each
burn
other.
each
It's what
other.
they deserve. They all tried to chase the woke progressive grift, and
Yes.
they will all be destroyed by it because it's an endless snake eating its own tail. It's the Ouroboros. You will never, in the long term, get ahead with this sort of politics.
Yeah.
It just won't happen,
And
especially not as a white man like Ian is. It's
yeah,
not happening.
exactly. Look, Ethan, you see where this got you? You see where this fucking got you? And now you're paying the price for having to follow these people, for having to be with
Oh, yeah.
with a fucking what's his name? Oh my god, Hassan.
Yes.
Everyone warned you. Everyone warned you, and look where you're at now, bud.
Alrighty, folks, we're back. The return of Content Cop. How many years has it been since there was a Content Cop last?
3, 4?
It's
Chat?
been a long, long time. And in the interim, Ian has squandered all of his goodwill. He's turned on his old
8.
audience. It's been 8 years.
8 years?
8 years.
Oh my god.
Crazy,
That's 2 high
man.
schools.
But the thing is, the guy deleted all of his old Content Cop videos. He disowned
Unlisted.
the series. He said it was too negative. It was too cruel. He regrets it. He apologizes. He's a little big cry baby bitch. The guy has burned down the entirety of his career, all for some fucking mid BPD pussy. That's it. That's why he's completely destroyed his entire life.
Yeah.
But heading into this Content Cop, because it was announced about a week ago, right? It was announced about a week ago. Everybody was speculating who's it going to be on. And it was Sam Hyde's birthday. A lot of people thought it was going to be about Sam Hyde, exposing him, getting revenge. Some people said it would be Asmongold. Some people said it would be Andrew Tate. Some people said it was going to be about like pedophile hunters, which might have actually been the best idea, is exposing, like, it's a topic where it's not like super politically charged, or it would be interpreted as seething, but you could make like genuine critiques about, you know, how those guys go too far, how they discredit actual people doing that work.
That would be
or whatever.
really bad. That would be a really bad idea, though, to be honest. So
You think so?
He defends all the pedophiles.
You might be right. I didn't think about it that way, but there's been a lot of ideas. And of course, the leading name, though, other than Sam Hyde, was H3H3.
Yeah.
And I just want to have a look first here at a take that aged really, really poorly, but you could understand why the guy thought this way.
Yeah. No, Casino, a dumpster diver goes, how is calling out the scam bag defending pedophiles? That's how the internet would take it. Like that. I mean, we know the internet.
I don't know. There's some people would take it that way. I do think there is a way to call out people like that.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
You know, they end up burning investigations that could actually get convictions by like assaulting people.
True.
You know
Yes, exactly. I don't think I don't think that he has the skill for that, though. You know what I mean? So,
well, he doesn't have the chops for any of it. He's totally
to be
washed.
honest, yeah.
So, you know, this wavy web surf goes, why would it be Ethan Klein? Like, if you know anything about the history of this series, iDUBBZ and Ethan, there's literally zero chance. And that's how it should be. These guys had a friendship, or certainly at least a business and content creation relationship for over a decade.
Yeah.
They've collaborated on so many projects. iDUBBZ has been to Ethan Klein's home. Anissa has held Ethan's child. It shouldn't have ever happened.
Yeah.
But iDUBBZ is so desperate and hungry for clout, and so is Anissa, that they decided to do this. One of the most Judas-level Benedict Arnold snakenings ever. But, you know, H3H3 should have saw this coming. He should have saw the Hassan snaking in coming. He should have seen the iDUBBBZ snaking in coming because he was warned. He was warned by a lot of people, but he was warned specifically by one person who gets a really big dub out of this entire scenario. And it's not somebody I like to give W's, but Dr. Jordan B. Peterson says right to ETHAN KLEIN, you will be held to higher and higher and soon impossible to maintain ethical standards by the very mob you currently wish to please.
Exactly.
Then you will make a mistake and they will devour you with glee. Please take this warning seriously. I liked you.
Yikes.
I liked you. And so H3 really, really, really should have known better. And he did know better. He knew better than to get into bed with Hassan Piker. But he was desperately trying to clout chase that progressive leftist bread to
leftovers.
That leftovers show that he did. He knew. I know for a fact he knew it was a bad idea, but he wanted to stay relevant. He wanted to get into the political side of things because it's so profitable. And in doing so, he got in bed with a monstrosity that would devour him. And so he was completely blindsided when iDUBBBZ announced this content cop was on him when it dropped. He wasn't expecting it, but he should have been. He should have been, because the UMJtmICJb1Q, this is no longer iDUBBBZ. This is no longer Ian Carter or whatever his last name was, Ian Washburn. This is UMJtmICJb1Q. The person that iDUBBBZ has morphed into is a spineless, pathetic worm. A person who only exists to please his mistress, Anissa. Whatever her whims are, whatever her desires are, that's what he does. And what Anissa wants to do is fuck Hassan Piker. Anissa wants to have sex with Hassan so bad, but Hassan won't give it to her. So she has her fingerprints all over this.
Yeah.
And once Ian and Anissa realized, as I said in the preamble before this, once they realized there was no more clout that they were going to get from H3, there was no more profit, there was nothing that they were going to get from him because he washed his hands and said, they're not my friends. If they won't just speak out and say, I don't harm my kids, my home isn't a mess, and CPS shouldn't be called on me, then they're no friends of mine. They then realized there was nothing to get from the relationship with H3, and they try and frame it as though he made it a transactional relationship, when the complete opposite is true. This was completely transactional, and they say, okay, well, we have nothing left to gain from this guy, so let's go full bore in with Hassan. And it would be one thing to do a content cop on H3 and go through his controversies, because there are many. There are many things to criticize this guy for and hold him to account. We don't like this guy. we don't like this guy.
Not a fan.
But the moment you involve Hassan and center it around Hassan and Denims and Frogan,
Palestine,
and Palestine and Israel, and that whole crew's effort to take this guy's kids away from him, you lose any sort of credibility, and all it becomes is a seethe session at H3 and a glaze session of Hassan.
Yeah.
And that's all that this will ever be remembered for. Any sort of credibility he had as a presenter, entertainer, it was already long gone, but this is the final straw. And so here we have this 9/11 moment for ETHAN KLEIN, where he realizes that iDUBBBZ has done him like this, has done him this dirty.
I have to add one more thing too. When H3 to defend Ian and Anissa, he took so much shit when everyone was hating on Ian. He he took so much shit for Ian and Anissa, and he didn't care. He's like, oh, I'm their friend, whatever, I'll take this, you know? And the one piece of pushback against fucking ETHAN, they just fucking ditch him and join with all, like, his biggest enemies on the internet. And here's him reacting to finding out during his show, the content cop was about him.
Really fucking unreal.
Pretty wild.
And it's just so pathetic too. Like, talk about a bandwagon. Like, bro, this is the edgy, cool content you're trying to make a play to like fucking warm up to. By the way, iDUBBBZ, Lena's fucking having a panic attack because why would you do this?
So one of his employees is going to be on the Creator Clash.
Boxing on Creator Clash 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you did this, which is going to,
not even tell her. Like, why would you invite someone on the show and do this? It's just fucking mean-spirited. I can't. I'm genuinely in disbelief. I am genuinely.
She has to drop out. It's like, no, you like I don't even know what to say.
Well, the thing is, she's already invested a bunch of money into the training and into the food and into the supplements, which they're like, oh, we'll pay you back later. And now they've just put her in a brutal position. But they don't. And by the way, it's like a woman who's also like a minority. Like, I'm pretty sure she's Lebanese.
Yeah.
So they're just shafting supposedly one of the people that they're trying to protect through this whole thing.
Jeez.
And by the way, I know all the criticism that all these people level against me, and there's no shot that this video holds any fucking water. I'll watch the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. Oh, and great. You got psychology in Seattle.
Okay, psychology, if you don't remember, guys.
The cockledry of psychology in Seattle.
The guy was the Asian guy who does like therapy for people and is Anissa's therapist. That's right?
Yeah. Yeah.
My 10 out of 10.
By the way, she forced iDUBBBZ into doing this humiliation ritual podcast where he was on their podcast and broke down how iDUBBBZ was sick in the mind. And Lisa was right about everything and just completely broke the guy.
Oh my God.
Apology.
It could be in jeopardy, dude.
This is actually.
It could be in jeopardy.
This is actually fucking unbelievable. People were like, oh, he's doing a content cop. I was like, oh, okay. The best guess I heard was like, oh, maybe he's doing it on Kick. Maybe he's doing it on Kick.
On Kick? Like us? Just like
he hit the
censor button.
Yeah.
He's talking right now. He's censored, but he's talking about his true feelings on minorities.
Isn't this wild though? Like, and Ian's gonna paint himself as the good guy. The people he's aligned with want to see this guy's kids taken away because he's Jewish. And like, that's ultimately what this comes down to, is that he's just his ethnicity and his religion, his intrinsic characteristics, and his wife's intrinsic characteristics, they disagree with.
Yeah.
And it's actually wild.
It's crazy. He's talking about murdering him.
The audio. I said the C word. Bro.
Wait, if you just hit the audio, it's more confusing.
Well, I just.
Whatever. They'll figure it out eventually.
I guess that one doesn't work. I hit the C. I said the C word. So
the hand thing is getting more intense per clip.
Well, and then what's crazy to me is that at no point does iDUBBBZ mock his hand movements or like all of his Tourette's actions. Like, that would be the first thing I would do.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very funny. But this isn't about being funny. And that's why it's ultimately going to fail. But you know what is funny? Some of these statements that H3H3 makes, which are Kino.
Sam Hyde, congratulations. You did break Ian's brain.
He's just doing this. Wild.
Then we have here an extended, just praising Sam Hyde and just dumping on
Why is this guy
Ian.
wearing his hair like that? He looks tired, huh? All right, sorry. Okay.
Is a joke in the video or not?
You know what's funny? I genuinely think that Sam Hyde broke Ian. And when he told me, he was like, he came and he was like,
such a bizarre chapter.
He says, I'm doing a documentary on Sam Hyde. I told him, and Anissa was here. I said, that's a huge mistake. Do not do it. You guys, I don't know who. I said, do not do it. Like,
He was fucking right too. He's just like,
Well, and this
listen.
is the thing is the biggest content creator that Ian had a relationship with left was H3H3, was ETHAN KLEIN, for better or for worse. The guy was there for him in his darkest hour. He has a massive platform, 30,000 live viewers, and he actually would promote Ian's stupid projects like Creator Clash. And he would actually send his staff to participate and be on the fight cards. And he chose to burn that down to chase a relationship with a guy who's never going to give a single fuck about him. Hassan Piker will never, ever, ever give him anything.
Hassan was just on for 1 minute, by the way.
A very, very stupid idea. Yeah, Hassan, we gave him 1 minute of time. That's all he gave him. That's it.
Yeah.
Trust me. Because Sam's the type of guy who's going to get the best of you, really, no matter what. And it turns out he did. And he's even crazier than Ian anticipated.
Right.
He absolutely, I think it just broke him. And I mean, Sam Hyde's like super ultra right. So maybe he's just, I don't know. I'm like Sam Hyde now, apparently.
I was talking about it in
I don't think Sam thinks very highly of Jewish people either. So I don't know.
I was talking about it in the office the other day, but I don't know who Sam Hyde was until iDUBBZ brought him back in the spotlight.
That's it.
That's the thing is iDUBBZ actually helped relaunch Sam's career.
By a lot.
It brought him to levels of popularity that, he'd never really seen before.
Yeah, it's
He's
true.
in a better spot now
After the
than
documentary.
he's ever been. Yeah.
And then when he released the documentary first, right? Like, that was funny.
People didn't know who he was. And he kind of brought him back into the limelight and kind of, now he's like popular again.
Yeah, he's popping. And that's all thanks to Ian. Now, I'll say Sam is an extraordinarily funny guy.
Here we go.
Inspired me a lot when I was coming up.
Softball, Ian.
But he's also like, he's just a little crazy. That, and also like extremely right wing and potentially a Nazi as well.
Okay.
But Ian is such a piece of shit that H3H3 is praising and glazing a supposed Nazi in his words. Like, the guy would sooner be allied with a Nazi than whatever Hassan and Ian is at this point.
I mean, when he did the World Peace show, there was a sketch where it was just a bunch of kids going, Jews. We love Jewish people.
It was
Jews rock.
It was Jews rock, and they were forced to change it from Jews rule.
Yeah.
And I was like, this makes me very uncomfortable.
So we're going to have a few different little reactions from H3H3 to this before we watch the video proper. Apparently, him and Hila are doing a full reaction to it on Friday. Okay. So we may go over some of that on Friday if we have time.
This is what's fucking I don't think I have anything accountable, but I'm going to look at the criticism and respond to it. This is what this looks like. Hassan still will not watch the content nuke. And by the way, when he watches clips of it, he needs someone else to hold his hand and prepare the responses for him to agree with. Yeah. I don't need that. I'm confident in myself.
That's a little weak of Hassan to not be willing to take it head on. However, I can understand
the video.
Again, just it's so personal with this being somebody who's.
I'm working on the audio behind the scenes, guys, because the audio is like quiet, loud. I have to keep changing your audio and stuff too. So.
Longtime friend of yours. Sorry. I foresee you getting pretty heated, and sometimes when you get heated, you say things you regret. So
we got buttons.
That's the thing, like, he's willing to react to it, and he did address a large portion of it today, whereas Hassan still has never watched the content about him.
No, and I won't lie, his reactions were like, he was good from what I saw.
Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents.
Yes!
Let's go! Let's go! Bro, he actually just destroys iDUBBZ just so quick and so easy.
Let's go!
Like, I don't think iDUBBZ understands the smoke that he's about to get. And the thing is, Hassan and those people are not going to have his back. They're not going to give him a job. They're not going to pay him. They're not going to direct their audience to pay him. They're not going to promote Creator Clash 3. He's just going to be left with a massive horde of H3H3 fans just fucking dumping on him.
Yeah.
Not to mention when he brings the content cop back, brings himself into that limelight, all of the X fans, all of the Sam Hyde people, the Kino Casino, all the commentary, everybody starts dumping on him. And the thing about Ian and Anissa, they cannot handle it. They cannot handle it at all. They are going to crash out bad.
It's from a windy thing, bro. Like literally my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. And people go, oh, Mr. No, listen. That's right. I'm going after his tattoos.
Get him.
Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one.
By the way, can I just say something? Okay. What's really funny about this, I know it's very simple. Tattoos, right? But here's the funny thing is Content Cop used to be a roast. You make fun of someone's the way they talk, or Tourette's, if they have Tourette's, the stutter, if they stutter, if they're fat. You know, like when we attack people, we do like a roast as well, right? And Content Cop used to be that. And in the fucking Content Cop, there's none of that. There's none of that. And H3,
you haven't seen it all yet, but it's actually worse than you could possibly imagine.
I haven't seen. I said 10 minutes of it. So the fact that like H3 is actually doing this, I gotta give respects. Like, yeah, fuck you. Your tattoos look like shit.
That one, and that one.
Yeah. It's just seething apparently, from what Ashton told me. Right, Ash?
Oh yeah,
It's
you'll
just
see.
seething.
You'll
Okay.
see. You'll see.
It's
Cringe, bro. I'm kidding, by the way. People are going to be like, this is all he had to say?
imagine.
This is going to be really, I don't think this is going to be hard to react to at all. I mean, so far, this is just pathetic.
It was.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
It's not a nightmare. I mean, it is shocking.
What a nightmare.
It's real. Why is he like so full of himself? Where he's like, wake up, dude. This is your nightmare. Like, dude.
By the way, can iDUBBBZ? Hey, Ian. H3 is a millionaire with 40,000 viewers live. You get 1,000 views total.
What he's about to say, just this one sentence, just destroys Ian.
Does
straight
it?
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not that guy.
comment.
You're not that guy anymore.
And that's it. He's not that guy anymore. He's just not. He doesn't have that clout anymore. Nobody respects him like that anymore. He doesn't have any influence.
What?
And this video is going to be so ineffective. There's not a single person who supports ETHAN KLEIN that's going to stop supporting him because of this content cop.
Yeah.
There's not a single person whose mind is going to be changed. This is just preaching to the Hassan choir as a virtue signal purity test that Ian is with them. So let's bring it right back to the beginning.
I'm gonna play it from the actual site because I have an
fine.
HD. Yeah, I have an HD. All right, cool. All right, guys. So here it is. I've only seen a few minutes of
That's the
this.
thing is somebody brought up in chat, the H3 fan base is what funded his boxing event.
Yes.
Does he really think that Hassan is going to be out there plugging his boxing it's not going to happen. Like Hassan's not going to do that. And none of the other people in his posse have the clout to replace H3. It's just not happening. This was a terrible business decision on his part. Terrible.
By the way, top comment on this video. This is a huge day for leftists who were edgy teens in 2017.
Isn't it?
Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the
Pause. So you can already just physically, you can just see the deterioration of iDUBBBZ from 8 years ago.
Actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far because they have mobilized.
By the way, he's trying to act funny here, right? The first 3 minutes, he's acting like what he used to. He's acting like he's like nonchalantly watching this. Bro, you were crying on your fucking podcast.
Crying. By the way,
moaning.
You can just look into his eyes and see the SSRI stare. You look into his eyes and you can see there's no real confidence. There's no real creativity. There's no real passion behind any of this stuff.
Yeah, at all. But yeah, like he's acting like, oh, I was nonchalantly like, oh, this is your nightmare. Bro, you had like weeks of crying with Anissa.
Such an insane harassment group.
Okay, pause. So you see that pink stuffed animal on the couch?
Oh, it's like Pink Man.
It's actually something that Ela made. Now, I don't know how many people would know that Ela makes those things, but that is a product that Ela makes. Yeah, the Dunny or whatever.
Oh, to insult her?
Yeah.
Okay.
That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will.
Oh, you know what's funny? When he's watching this, look at this right here at the phone.
That anybody.
Do you think he misses seeing a chat move in donos?
Well, the thing is, though, he's never really been a live streamer.
Yeah, I know.
And
yeah.
I don't think he has what it takes to be a live streamer. And that's going to factor into a point later on about the button or whatever.
Okay.
It's like iDUBBBZ just doesn't know what it takes to do a live broadcast.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't, because he's a talentless hack.
Says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
He's doing this like nostalgia thing. Oh, he's all over the fucking pants. This like nostalgia. Guys,
it's just cringe, man. It's just not. I mean, it's just done hitting. I mean, the thing is, this first 3 minutes isn't terrible. Well, it is, but it's a lot better than the rest of the video. It has at least some resemblance to the content cop of the past.
Yeah, it reminds me of, you know, the new Jay and Silent Bob movie where at the first few minutes you go, okay, Jay and Silent Bob, and then they switch the characters to the daughters. Remember?
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh, like this is not Jay and Silent Bob. Here's the funny thing. First of all, he rented an Airbnb for this, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, he's doing these like weird, it's like, we know you're not that guy anymore. Like
that's the thing is, like, he's trying to portray himself as this uninhibited, fun and free guy who's loosey goosey and just, you know, flowing and just having fun and making fun of somebody. But you can clearly tell he's super anxious, neurotic, not all there. His heart's not into this. And it's just nothing like previous content cops at all.
Yep, exactly. I can't. This is cringe.
It's just ain't it.
This is shit. This is shit, dude. This is awful. This is like if Andy Kaufman broke character for like 15 years and came back and then tried acting like how he used to. And you're like,
yeah,
well, we've seen you.
Listen, all the aura is gone.
Yeah, the aura.
All the gravitas.
Andy Kaufman. He was a genius, by the way.
I mean, all the mystique of this is gone.
The mystique, yeah.
You know, the mystique of Content Cop is when Content Cops happened, the motherfuckers' careers were changed. Like, they would be fucking felted.
Yeah.
Things would like actually change. There would be an actual influence on public opinion. This will not influence public opinion at all. This is the moment, much like the first appearance of Jar Jar Binks in The Phantom Menace doomed the franchise. This is the moment that Content Cop completely died. This is the moment that any hopes or dreams for this video being good just totally died.
Yeah.
This is the moment that iDUBBBZ completely sold his soul to become a political guy. And it's just sad because neither iDUBBBZ nor H3H3 should be involved in politics. They're both ignorant. They're both stupid as f. They both know nothing about the subject, nor do they want to know about the subject. They just got involved with it to chase clout and money.
Yeah.
And this is the end result. And it's sad to see.
Hassan's face.
It's sad to see.
I hate him so much.
I'm Piker in the Stars, and I broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am.
Was he actually live when he did this?
No, he wasn't. You can tell that the chat is fake. And
Yeah.
this was all, you know,
That's even more cringe.
It's actually really embarrassing. And none of this is landing. None of this is funny. It's just very sad. It's very sad that it's come to this for iDUBBZ, where he has to grovel before a political live streamer who, by the way, has like the political understanding of a 16-year-old. It's sad.
Oh.
An Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me.
But hang on. First of all, you are those things. Like, why are you saying it sarcastically?
I don't
like.
know.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't really know, by the way, how any of this really owns H3H3 in any way. It's actually just kind of a self-own by
this
these
guy
guys.
is a terrorist sympathizer. He literally is.
Physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
This is so cringe, bro. This is so lame, man. And the way that like iDUBBZ and all of these people are treating Hassan's studio, like I said earlier, is like it's Mecca. It's this holy place that they've made a pilgrimage to, and somehow they've been endowed with all of this clout and all of this influence by just merely kneeling before the Bernie Sanders cutout and the Hasanabi neon sign. And it's just sad and pathetic as they actually worship this guy like he's a god and believe that if he grants them an audience in his presence, that they've made it. It's so fucking lame, bro.
Yeah.
It's so lame. You're going to see what I'm talking about here in a second.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
He's like, look at me.
Time to be awake, Ethan.
Look at him. He's like, look at me. Look at me. I'm in Hassan's studio, daddy. Look at me. Look at me. I'm important again. I'm relevant again. I'm hanging off Hassan's nuts. Like, it's brutal. And then you just get this whole squad of fucking nobodies who all they are is Hassan Orbiter and suckers that is now Ian's new friends that are definitely going to have his back through tough times and definitely aren't going to snake him the moment that it's expedient to do so, the moment that Ian ever dares cross the woke mob or not live up to the insane, ever-changing standards of wokeness. These people will definitely support him and have his back. Sure.
I don't even think they're gonna betray him. I think they just used him to get to H3, and then they're gonna fuck off.
That's what it is. Yeah,
they're
exactly. They're just gonna discard him.
They're not gonna discard anything. They're not gonna mention him like at all. His show is like a nothing show. By the way, even if you are a Hassan fan, God bless your soul, and then you go, oh, Ian's doing stuff, I'll watch his podcast. You're gonna press play on the podcast and go, what the is this? It's not entertaining enough to retain an audience, even if you're shouted out by a big guy.
There's no progressive viewer who's gonna go from watching Hassan and Vosh and Bad M
to Maximum Damage.
To Maximum Damage, where they have no idea what the they're talking about. They're just completely clueless and ignorant.
It's boring.
And they embarrass the left by their own existence. Yeah. And it's super low energy and boring, and there's no risks being taken. And oh, by the way, it's not even a live show.
Yeah, exactly.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up.
Ethan, wake up.
Wake up.
Oh my God.
Ethan,
by the way,
wake up.
Look at what they're doing.
Oh, he froze.
Like he's acting like a fucking child.
This bitch has been like upcoming Twitch streamer of the year, I think 3 times in a row,
Yeah.
still gets 200 viewers.
Because nobody wants to watch this. It's all astroturfed. It's all fake and fraudulent. And this is just iDUBBZ has just lost the plot.
Yeah,
he has.
And by the way, she's like, I hope if you were American and fucking in the military, I hope you have PTSD and shit. She's insane.
But remember, iDUBBZ said he wanted to make mature content and that he was getting too old. And then you have him doing this walk around the Hassan's office, like acting like he's 6 years old.
It's like so stupid.
Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake
Look at that.
up.
Is that mature?
Wake up. Since anyone? Just wake up.
Wake
Look
up.
at this.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content.
Look at what's
yet.
going on.
I can't even.
They're doing a Fortnite dance.
Is that what it is?
A lot of these people are in their 30s and 40s doing Fortnite dances thinking that they're owning some guy. This is beyond cringe and beyond pathetic. It's honestly like a fever dream. They got that part. It is kind of like a fucking fever dream to see this. You can't even really believe the level of selling your soul that's on display here from iDUBBZ. But this is what it's come to because he wasn't able to succeed at anything else. He completely failed at everything. And now it's just like one last sad cash grab, one last sad grasp at relevancy. It's tough.
Oh, guys, isn't the Zin funny? Look, he's got a gun. Isn't that funny?
Yummy, I love Sabra.
This is, by the way, this is so millennial humor. Like it's really cringe in 2025. This shit is like 10, 15 years out of date for what's funny today.
Yeah. It's like Content Cop didn't age well because the humor doesn't make sense anymore.
Ethan. Wake up.
Like, by the way, that moment where he's deep throating a microphone is more embarrassing than anything he says about H3H3 in the entire video. Like that's so felted. That moment where he's sucking on this microphone and the moment at the end where he's crying like a little bitch are the two most embarrassing and devastating moments of the video. And he inflicted them both on himself and not the target.
Wake up.
Look at how stupid this is. How cringe.
Well, they're back from the Airbnb. They're back home. Yeah.
So, by the way, the rest of this video is just in this room.
Yeah.
The rest of this video was basically filmed in one take with him reading a script.
No.
And then just edited. Seriously.
Oh.
He doesn't go out and do any skits or stunts or anything. There's no cutaways. There's no jokes. It's just him sitting in this chair and seething at ETHAN KLEIN and going over his personal relationship with him for 1 hour.
Well, are you...
I'm not kidding. That's actually... And by the way, this is the final moment of him in the police uniform.
Okay.
So what is the point of bringing back Content Cop when you can't even do it in the outfit? So he's just spitting on his own fans. He just doesn't care.
Content Cop's back.
It's not about pleasing his old fans or anybody. It's just about sucking off Hassan and praying to God that Hassan gives him a career, which is a really pathetic way to live your life.
Let's look at this. Get it? He's naked. Get it?
He's starfishing, guys. Whoa.
Get it?
All right. I didn't plan on making a Content Cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3.
Well, first of all,
see, like
it's 8 years later. Like
there's a little bit of self-awareness that just starts to creep into his head here. But he's so brainwashed by Anissa and the therapy and the cuckolding and the SSRIs and getting pegged that he just can't bring himself to realize how stupid he's being.
But by the way, it's like, I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It's been 8 years. You didn't plan this at all.
He also timed this quite poorly, where it's like Passover just happened for Jews, like Easter is this weekend. It's maybe not the best time to stoke like ethnic and religious differences for my, you know what I'm saying?
Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out—
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did lose the plot, buddy. You actually did. Yeah, that's why you're doing this. You've actually lost the plot. And that's like the old Ian, like trying to cry out and be like, why am I doing this to myself?
Crying
But
out?
you know, he knows what he's doing. He's lost the plot. He's allowed his wife to take complete control of his life. And he's subordinated himself to a Turkish bull that his wife wants to get sad.
It's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these
Holy Ian. No. Like, the way to phrase that, he attacked first. This guy, just for those of you who don't know, H3H3, Denims, and this whole Hassan Piker crew have been trying to get his kids taken away from him. They've encouraged people to call CPS. They've been spreading just full-on lies about him, that he hurts his kids. He allows his kids to play in dog poo. His house is a mess, all this. So ETHAN KLEIN reached out to iDUBBBZ and said, hey, can you just, you've been to my house, you've met my wife, you've seen my kids. Can you just say I don't live in a shithole and like I take care of my kids? And iDUBBBZ refused to do that.
Ridiculous.
And so then H3H3 called him out on the air and explained why they would no longer be friends. This is apparently an attack from H3H3, which, by the way, iDUBBBZ and Anissa said they wanted to stay out of it. So if that's the case, why didn't you stay out of it then?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just, move on? Okay, they said that they were not friends anymore, but let's move on and not attack somebody who had our back when we were at our lowest, who helped us reach massive success with the first Creator Clash, who promoted Creator Clash 2 and was one of the reasons why it wasn't a bigger failure than it already was.
I know why, bro. I know why. I think Anissa convinced Ian to do this. I think this is Anissa's full fucking idea. She goes,
I think
what
so.
if you come back with Content Cop versus H3 and we get Hassan? That would be huge. Or Hassan maybe fucking mentioned it.
No, I don't think.
No, I think it was Anissa. I think it was Anissa.
I think so, yeah.
fucking years, can't find a spine.
Because we'll impress Hassan. Then he'll shout us out. And then we'll promote more tickets.
Speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about ETHAN KLEIN. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years.
More people know about him than you, Ian. Sorry to burst your bubble. You're 8 years too late on this, bud.
This is crazy.
So ETHAN, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun.
Meanwhile, Frogan, Hassan, wake up.
Like, Hassan said America deserved 9/11, which, by the way, later in this video, Ian's going to co-sign and say it wasn't a joke, but like a legitimate expression of anti-imperialist sentiment.
Stop.
Which
You're kidding
it's
me.
like, no, he's going to do that, man.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters.
Let's be real. Like, by outrageous stuff, what he really means is that he's Jewish and he supports the country that he's a citizen of.
Yeah.
Which is Israel. That's what he means by outrageous stuff. It's not like racism or whatever or he sexually harassed somebody or there's this scandal or that scandal. What he's particularly upset about is that ETHAN KLEIN, who's a Jew, supports other Jews. That's what he's upset about, which he's not even upset about. It's just that it would stop him from clout chasing Hassan Piker to support him, which is what's going on here.
Yeah.
characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
You know, I agree that it was surface level progressive shit, but who is iDUBBBZ to talk like that?
Yeah.
Is iDUBBBZ this grand political scholar that gives us deep, you know, discussion about Marxist theory and critiques of capital? No, he doesn't know his ass from his fucking elbow. I'm pretty sure we covered on this show, they didn't even know what the capital of fucking Russia was. Some crazy shit like that. They have no idea
The
about
most
anything
basic
that's
political
going on
thing
in
takes
the world.
ever. Yeah, like the most political surface level.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious...
That was what it was. They didn't even know the capital of the state that they are living in.
Oh, yeah!
They didn't know that Olympia was the capital of Washington. They didn't even know there was a city called Olympia.
Is this even a real person?
No, it's a hollowed out husk. Look, his eyes are dead.
That's scary, actually. Oh my God.
Very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
He's just as ignorant in 2019 as he is today.
Yeah.
He's learned nothing about any of this stuff. Just because he was virtue signaling about Palestine 5-6 years ago does not mean he's any more informed than somebody who didn't start virtue signaling about it until 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is ridiculous. You know, see, look at H3 wasn't taking politics seriously. Well, neither were you, Ian. Neither were you, buddy.
So someone says, is
this
Ethan
whole
on
rhetorical
coke?
device is fucking pathetic. It looks like it. Apparently, it's just Tourette's. But the thing is,
No, they meant about his skinniness. I think it's Ozempic or working out, either or. But I'm assuming it's more.
The West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East.
By the way, this is crazy. A lot of this, from what I heard H3 talking about it, this, right? A lot of it is like the content cop is on H3 because H3 is more silly and Hassan takes it more seriously.
Yes. Yeah, that's what he's trying to
How
show
is that
here.
a felt?
Is that he's trying to pretend like Hassan is this deep policy wonk, like this deep political philosopher who has a strong understanding of global geopolitics, when even Hassan himself basically falls back on the defense that he's just a himbo that really doesn't know anything and coasts on his looks and charisma.
Yeah.
Even he would probably tell you that that's the truth. Every debate I've seen Hassan in, by the way, which he does very few, he's been destroyed.
No, and he doesn't even really debate, to be honest. He sits there and goes, well, okay, like, that's your opinion, man.
Even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
So, by the way,
Israeli settlers.
That is exactly what H3 should have been doing and should have always been doing. And that's also what Hassan should have been doing. And that's also what you, Ian, should have been doing. Sometimes you need to know your role. Sometimes you need to know that you're not a geopolitical expert. You're actually just a fucking clown. But it's okay to be a fucking clown. You don't have to try and pretend that you're a king when you're a fucking clown.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I do wish that H3 did stick to just being the funny guy, silly and stuff. Because when he got political, I fucking started like it was the worst.
The problem is everything has become political, and it's just too fucking much, man.
Are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
Was just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think that's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared.
Wait. What was the expose there? That he made a burn victim joke?
No, the expose is that Hassan has been following politics for longer than H3.
So what?
well, then, Ethan Klein is not allowed to talk about the country that he himself has lived in, that his wife has served in the military in, that she's a citizen of, that they started their channel in, because he didn't follow politics as closely as Hassan, which you don't. They both follow it pretty much a similar amount. They're both pretty brain dead when it comes to politics. Let's be real.
Yeah, look at this. Josh says taking any clip from the Trisha Paytas podcast, complaining that it's not serious is a joke. Trisha is 70 IQ tops, has FAS. The whole podcast was brain rot for women. Exactly.
Yeah,
it wasn't even supposed to be serious.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's what they should be doing because they're low IQ. They're low IQ entertainers. They shouldn't be taking on the Israel-Palestine conflict. They just shouldn't.
Yeah.
It was never designed for that.
Prepared for this. Ethan, the whole
By the way, if we're gonna go if you're gonna go after what's his face? Fucking, oh my god, Ethan for defending Israel or whatever, but you're not gonna go after Hassan for fucking saying the crazy shit he does, America deserved 9/11, and then
well, no, he's saying that those are legitimate political views that are spurred from Hassan's passion for the topic.
But Ethan's aren't, even though he might not
they're
be
not. They're not because the mob decided that they're not. The mob that Ian wants to appeal to decided that Israel bad. So that's what he's going to decide. If the mob had decided differently that Palestine is bad, then that's what his position would be. It's all just about trying to appease the woke mob. And really, it's more so about appeasing Anissa so that she can feel validated, so that these guys can be, we have the correct opinions, so we can get into the certain friend circles in LA and become insiders and big celebrities. You will never, ever, ever be accepted in Los Angeles. They think that you're a fucking joke. They think that you're uncouth, white fucking trash, bro. You said the hard R. You tore the Quran in half. You are not getting into that special club, bro. It's not for you.
By the way,
you need to...
apparently Hassan, one of his political takes was that Russia wouldn't invade Ukraine when they said it was imminent. Like it was already happening. And he's like, it's not going to happen. It's not like Hassan's not even, he's retarded. And he's wrong about a lot of shit constantly.
More of the goof guy. And that's fine. You know, we don't expect.
Is it? Okay,
but
so
your whole point for the last number of years has been it's not okay to be a goofy guy, having fun, making fun of people. You need to make serious, mature adult content, which in your mind is a podcast where you talk about Anissa's cooking.
Expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them.
I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why, bud. I wonder why.
He's Jewish.
She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan.
No, they're not.
They're
not politically savvy. They follow Hassan, which, by the way, Hassan isn't even really like a political streamer. A lot of the time, the guy just watches fucking MasterChef
and fucking leaves,
and reacts to various videos, and half the time he just fucks off for like 20 minutes and doesn't even watch the videos he's reacting to.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous to try and say that a Hassan viewer is really politically savvy. May God forgive me for this, but the average Destiny viewer is far more politically savvy than the average Hassan viewer.
Whoa.
I hate to say that, but it's actually true.
Strictly a political streamer.
By the way, you're right. You're actually right.
It is. Like, whether it's Vosh, whether it's Destiny, whether it's Bad Empanada, whether there's a plethora of leftist and bread tubers that actually It's true though, but it's actually true. Like Hassan Piker is actually like the lowest IQ dummy on that entire side.
Yeah.
And he would be nowhere if it wasn't for his connections with his nepotism with his uncle and at Twitch. He would be fucking nowhere. He doesn't have any understanding of anything.
This is something.
It's not really even a hot take, by the way, guys. Ashton isn't saying that any of these people are above anyone. He's saying that Hassan is so low that even these people are above him.
Well, it's the truth. Like Hassan is the equivalent if you go skiing and there's some stone snowboarder and he gives you his political. It's the exact same. You know, it's like the average guy in high school you smoked pot with, who wore a Che Guevara shirt. That's like talking to Hassan.
Yeah.
And honestly, the stoner with the Che Guevara shirt, he may have actually read some literature on the left. Whereas Hassan, I doubt he can read at all.
They're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're going to call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience.
Whoa, that's an insane gaslight. Because there are a lot of things that are Zionist propaganda.
That they say that.
True.
That they say
But
that, yeah.
From the river to the sea literally means there will be no Jews. There will be no Israel.
And
that's what it means.
Many people say that.
From the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, which is where Israel is, Palestine will be free. Like that's what it means. It means an ethnic like, can we at least just be like a little bit honest? But no, it just starts off with immediately a lie that any person who has any education at all knows is a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And then this makes somebody who is anti-Zionist look foolish. It makes the pro-Palestinian position look foolish. Which even if you are pro-Palestine, you shouldn't support this because it makes you look like a fucking idiot.
Ethan has, adopted over the years. They're becoming increasingly critical of his position because
most
now
of them couldn't name the river or the sea. Most of them couldn't even name the river or the sea. That's true.
He's talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that when you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy.
By the way,
a lot of people are.
I love though, like these people have actually lived in Israel. They know firsthand what the day-to-day life in Israel is. Now, maybe they're lying about it, or maybe they just don't care about the plight of Palestinians. But to try and pretend that somebody who's never been there, who doesn't know anything about it other than shit that they read in the headlines on Twitter, is a better authority than somebody who actually served in the IDF, to me is ridiculous.
By the way, so like, what's the argument here? Hassan's allowed to have his opinions on his own show,
yes.
But H3 isn't?
Well, basically, it's like you're not allowed to have this opinion.
Oh, fuck.
Because he decided, yeah.
Are pissed about it.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome.
The argument is that iDUBBZ hates Jews. That's what he's basically saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, he doesn't want that smoke. Like, he doesn't want that shit coming down on him, and he is gonna fucking crumble, bro.
When Gabe gets to him?
Well, I'm saying, man, like, if the ADL or whatever catches it, do you think iDUBBZ is gonna be able to stand and battle it? Or do you think he's gonna fold like a cheap fucking suit, man?
Awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful, fucking. And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people, oh, no, not go there.
And it's all culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until.
No, this is a gaslight. This is insane.
Political stuff aside, how in God's name is this a content cop? This is nothing close to content. This is just like a regular video. And he would make now with just the intro being content cop.
He burned the bridge.
It's content cope. It's true.
With me.
Content
Since
cock.
Ethan and Hassan's
Content cock. Yeah.
falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
You know, this
maybe
is
if
such
he does
gaslighting, bro. Bro, you need to get some help. You're being aggressive. You're burning bridges, dude. Don't you understand? Why are you attacking? Like, these are classic gaslighter phrases.
This is crazy.
And he's trying to tell him, listen, bro, these people are sending CPS to his house to try and take his children away. This is serious shit. You know, so he's just harassing and bullying poor Hassan and Frogan and Denims. They didn't do anything. Denims is calling openly for his children to be taken away, man.
That's disgusting shit. That's fucking bullshit.
these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach.
By the way, I saw H3 react to that part and he's like, friendship? Are you nuts? Like, what do you mean friendship? Are you fucking insane?
Occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like iDUBBBZ. He's a good guy, but I don't like this sweet stupid. It's not a fucking petty
he tries to claim that was a joke unless you know, he tries to hide that this was a joke, but he obviously wanted this to happen. He obviously was proposing it in a way where he was serious because he wanted it really, really bad. Of
course he did.
Yes.
Come on.
beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with
anyone who uses burps as comedy is a re. I'll just say that right now.
Like, it's just not funny.
Like anyone who burps, it's like it's not a funny thing. There, a fart could be funny in the right timing, right? But a burp, never funny.
this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content. He liked Ethan's content until he didn't like Ethan's content.
Yeah,
there would be an occasional frog.
He loved the content until October 2nd. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
He tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that.
All of this
you know, like I'm not gonna
fucking lies and shit about how he met the guy and the level of association he has with him and everybody else involved in this. I just happened to stumble upon this person and I had a very short working relationship, and it's not as though my wife is DMing with these people all the time.
Endorse it. I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said
I love how now you can condemn it as being mean when it doesn't matter and you're just absolutely going all in on ruining this guy. But you couldn't when your friend reached out to you and asked you to condemn this. It's funny how that works, huh?
Yeah.
Trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that iDUBBBZ's former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem.
Why does it
if
matter?
Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up.
That was a crazy scroll right there.
By the way, Capo813 for 5 subs.
Big support. Thank you so much, Capo. Really appreciate it.
In such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible.
But does the source matter if it's true? Like, this is so if Hassan learns of something through somebody close to him, it's discredited then? Or does that standard only apply to Ethan Klein? Of course, we know the answer. And I hate to white knight this hard for Ethan Klein. I will be giving him some criticism around, I think, the 46-minute mark. iDUBBZ, I think, does make a fair point that H3 should have known what he was getting into with Hassan, and his claims of ignorance are kind of fucking bullshit, in my opinion.
Yep, exactly.
They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me?
I have to also say this. Though I know why everyone's talking about this because Content Cop and H3, right? This is literally like listening to someone's like Discord drama.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's like
well, this is the thing. This is what I realized. About 22 minutes into this video, I said to myself, I said, nobody who watches this is going to give a single fuck about any of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody who doesn't already have a big investment in this, all they're hearing is just a bunch of personal lame drama and whining from iDUBBZ. That's all they're hearing.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'm only 10 minutes in and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right.
This just posting goes on for at least the next 20 minutes straight.
Okay, about who? About this guy?
No, it's just
when
like,
there's
okay, it's about that clip that we covered on the show like weeks ago where H3 said they weren't friends.
Yeah.
That it's all about that and about how Ian was just minding his own business in his own lane. He was just following these people, and he can't be held accountable for what they were saying, which isn't even what he was saying. He just asked you to tell the truth. That's all he asked.
Yeah.
No work being put into who the is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place. If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its...
Does it change what the content of the comment is? It's like, oh, but it's like, okay.
It's history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of.
It's
not
all
me.
about flipping it. It's not that iDUBBZ burned this bridge by refusing to come to the defense of his friend. It's that H3 burned this bridge by not allowing iDUBBZ to use him and abuse him. Like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy what he's doing here.
Wait, so this guy was the editor for Creator Clash 3.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't H3 be upset?
Pretend like, oh, I don't have any relationship with, I don't hire him for anything anyway. It's just not true.
Okay.
So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But
why didn't you just go sorry then and then move on with your life?
Use his wife as Human Shield Real goes, I know we're like 20 minutes in, but I have no idea what's going on. What's the point of all this? The point of this is just to virtue signal to Hassan so that hopefully Hassan will f this guy's wife. That's what's actually going on here.
Yeah.
If you want the long and short of it.
But Fear Norris goes, yeah, the guy threatened to kill H3's dog. Why wouldn't he be upset about it?
Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to...
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't out of context or bad faith at all. That was totally reasonable, bro.
Yes.
Watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy
You are.
Actually,
and what he said here came true.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stand with him against Hassan and Denim and all their lies because you were afraid that they would crush you. That's what it was.
saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit, and that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and iDUBBZ feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening?
Whoa.
For all you know, I only use the For You tab.
Hey, I want to say the F
Is
word so
this-
bad. He
Bro.
fucking texted you. He texted you.
This is so bad.
But he
It's such a lie.
you.
I need to see the text messages, and they need to leak like now.
Yeah,
We need-
H3.
We need to know what the actual conversation between these people was. And the fact that Ian didn't leak it here indicates to me that it probably makes him and Anissa look really
yes.
For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know,
I'm sorry, but I think H3's response shouldn't just be on fucking his
love this,
podcast.
like,
I think it should
pleading
be
ignorance. You don't have any
Bro,
idea what I
bro,
know.
I think it should be a content nuke. I think H3 has to respond via content nuke on his main channel. Eye for an eye, bitch. Like the fucking live
I
show.
would just like to see every instance of iDUBBZ being anti-Muslim, him chopping the Quran in half, all that. I'd like to see all of that. I'd like to see every use of his slur, all of it, and just see how all of his new progressive friends would feel about that.
Yeah, exactly.
seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like
He's
I'm
not,
not
no. He's not asking you to throw them away or to condemn these people. All he asked you to do was describe what you saw when you came to his house. Was it a filthy hovel? Were his children being mistreated? That's what he's asking, because you came into his home and held his child in your arms. And you can't even have the decency to say, you know what? This guy shouldn't have CPS called on him. You didn't have to call out any of these people by name. That's not what he was asking for. And this is disingenuous, bro.
going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I
Pause.
fucked? Hassan, by the way.
For Ian Jamha and Anissa to anybody else have a crash out?
Yeah.
Are you guys for real? I watch your podcast every week. And
he edits it down and
week,
shows me and goes, Andy, look at this shit.
You guys are crashing out against the trolls and the haters and the commentary community and Elon Musk and Donald Trump and this politics and that. You crash out on the weekly.
And they're wrong about half the shit they say too. Like
thousands.
Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go.
By the way, I will say this. This will lead to one of the biggest crash outs that iDUBBZ has ever had, by the way. Okay?
Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
Like,
it's not a fucking petty beef.
This is that Hassan is an innocent angel. He never says anything against Ethan Klein. You know, his fans never say anything against. They're both roasting and going back and forth. They have a beef and a feud. To try and portray it as it's just this one-sided obsession by H3 is crazy.
Yeah.
It's mad work, bro.
It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you've.
Whoa, did you see that? He goes, oh, anti-Semitism, and then it cuts to fucking Ethan going, look at his shoes.
Right.
How does that compare? Anyway.
Said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to
only
throw
12 minutes. Oh my.
Oh man.
God.
This video drags, especially in the middle, from like 30 minutes to 50 minutes. It just every single thing he tries to bring up is so thin and so weak.
Like his hair. Like his hair. Look at this.
Yeah, it's thin, bro.
Thin, weak.
Baby out with the bathwater.
Why couldn't any of this be resolved privately? Because he couldn't get ass pats from Hassan in private unless he did this. He threw these guys completely under the bus so that he could suckle at the teat of Hassan. That's what he did.
You don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly.
You are, yeah.
I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized.
No!
Because you're the only one who has evidence of the inside of the house that you could say out loud.
You can't just look at this in a vacuum. That's what Ian is trying to do, is like put it down to this one singular incident. But when you look at the way that iDUBBBZ has been behaving for years now, where he apologizes for his own existence, he has to donate to Francesca Ramsey reparations for his racism. He has to shit on his old fans and say that they're toxic. He is afraid to say anything that's controversial, anything that's edgy, anything that would offend anyone, anywhere, at any time. And how he hides out on his shitty fucking Maximum Damage channel talking about nothing of consequence. That is why you are considered a spineless, cowardly worm. And that is why somebody would correctly make the assumption that the reason why you wouldn't defend him is because you were scared of catching flack from Hassan's crew and getting canceled again. And that's why you're doing this.
Such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that
102K dislikes on the new content.
It's hard
cop?
to know if those metrics are real or not.
It's probably
because
it's about that. Like, because he has 162K likes. It sounds like I can see half the people hating it because I'm scrolling through comments right now, and a majority of them are very negative. By the way,
people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the number one type of harassment I got.
They told you the truth. They told you the truth, man. You know, I don't know what to say, man.
Was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I've probably done and stood by iDUBBBZ and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
No, I don't. This is crazy. This part is actually, to me, one of the most disgusting parts of the video.
Yeah,
it really is, because just play it. Just play it.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like,
you see, like, this is what's crazy. This is what's crazy. He's saying that it was Ethan that made the relationship transactional, when it's the exact opposite that's true. Bro. The moment that Ian knew that he couldn't get anything out of H3 anymore, he immediately put the knife in this guy's back, snaked him, and went to Hassan. That's what he did.
But here's the thing. It's like they were actually friends. Like H3 and Ethos and Hila said that they went over to their house all the fucking time. And it's like they were like texting. They talked to each other more than any other creator. It's like they were actual friends. It's like
I hate to use this term, but it's called loyalty. Man.
Loyalty.
It's called loyalty. It's like the guy was there for you at your lowest point, and you won't be there for him when people are trying to take his children away.
But it's not even like H3 asked him to lie for him or something.
No.
Right?
But by the way, like, he's saying, I have no obligation to say anything, which is funny coming from this crowd, because this is the same crowd that says silence is violence. That says that if you don't speak up and you don't speak out, then you're condoning that behavior happening. It's interesting how that they'll say that, Anissa will say that, Ian will say that.
It's not the friends. Yeah, but it's not like, look, if H3 asked you to lie and you felt bad about it, I get it. But he's like, you just tell people
know what he asked.
Yeah.
Because Ian has this, he's like, well, he wouldn't even talk to me on the phone unless I said this and said this. I want to see what the text messages actually say.
Yeah, we need a leak.
If we're really doing this where it's okay, it's the gloves are all, like, let's find out what it was. Was it unreasonable? Was it insane?
Although I'm more on H3 side on this, H3 has done some really disgusting stuff in the past, right?
Oh yeah, he's
And
a total piece of shit.
I'm so glad they're all destroying each other.
These people destroy each
Burn
other.
each
It's
other.
what they deserve. They all tried to chase the woke progressive grift.
Yes.
And they will all be destroyed by it because it's an endless snake eating its own tail. It's the Ouroboros. You will never in the long term get ahead with this sort of politics.
Yeah.
It just won't happen.
And-
Especially not as a white man like Ian is.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Exactly. Look, Ethan, you see where this got you? You see where this fucking got you? And now you're paying the price for having to follow these people, for having to be with with a fucking what's his name? Oh my god, Hassan. Everyone warned you. Everyone warned you, and look where you're at now, bud.
Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation.
What are you?
I have empathy for you, but I won't do anything to help your condition. I hope you understand, bro. Silence isn't violence, bro, even though I say it is for everything else.
But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends.
Is that what he said? Or did he say, I want you to make a statement saying that I don't beat my kids? Like I want to know what he actually said. Did he demand that you disavow these people? Because then maybe that is a bit out of pocket. But Denims actually, like iDUBBZ, when iDUBBZ tries to say Denims is a good person, like Denims shielded for Keffels. Like Denims calls for H3H3's kids to be taken away. Like Denims does a lot of really, really bad shit. And maybe you should disavow them. But I don't know. It is kind of crazy to be like, okay, well, you have to disavow these people to be my friend. But I don't know if that's actually what he said. And I tend not to believe anything you or Anissa say because you're liars.
I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your...
It's not a guy that you follow on Twitter. Come on. This is somebody who you've had a business relationship. You still have a business relationship with, so far as I understand, who messages your wife constantly. Okay? Like, do you think we're stupid? Like, do you think we're actually ignorant? We have no idea that you guys have a deeper association with these people other than that you're following them? That your wife doesn't DM Denims constantly? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is fucking bullshit.
Current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything.
And
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
All of the characters in this, most people don't know who the fuck.
Yeah. Who's Adam McIntyre?
I don't really give a
I don't care either. What the
Get that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan.
It's disgusting.
And
a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good.
Look bad.
This makes her look like kind of like good, actually.
Guys, in this story, you know, it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful.
Right.
Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. If they have a responsibility to do that, then why don't you have a responsibility to speak out?
But were they friends with Adam
McIntyre?
McIntyre?
Both ways. And none of this is even comparable.
But they weren't even friends with Adam McIntyre.
Exactly.
Were they heading to Adam McIntyre's house? No, this is completely different. What the fuck is he talking about?
And that there was some amount of
like, you can tell I was genuinely really, really frustrated.
I'm rattled right now. This example is that,
By the way, like you talked about like these left-wing beefs, and it's like gay like this. We get a right-wing beef, it's like, I think you're a pornographer, pedophile, and you're drunk and on pills. Like it's like crazy, like allegations. Like this is so fucking lame and weak.
Yeah. He really is muddying the water with this. It's like you went to like Ela's like they were at her house constantly. Adam, who gives a fuck?
I gotta be honest, this whole thing is just so boring and pedantic, and nobody actually gives a fuck. And the only reason this exists is to please Anissa and Hassan. It's obvious.
Legato Modi goes, "This is the worst content cop." Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's also way too long. It's way too long.
Yeah. What the?
You had nothing to say. This should have been 20, 30 minutes tops.
Enthusiasm for you to get down with that.
I have something to say, but I can't because we're on Kick or in TOS. But it starts with the letter F.
Sounds like to me the good part. There is no good part. I mean, other than Ian crying at the end. We'll keep pushing through here, guys.
More like content crap. Am I fucking right?
So true.
Is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. It's really something.
Well,
so yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys. And they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
Oh my God, keeping to themselves. This is crazy, man. We were just minding our own business as all of these people we're associated with said that your children should be taken away. Silence is violence, but not in this circumstance, bud. I had no obligation to defend you, even though you asked.
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay?
Ian airing out his personal grievances. This isn't something that's interesting to a mainstream, like, normal person. Nobody is, like, going to be invested in this. They're going to probably turn it off by this point.
Yeah.
People's attention spans are getting shorter all the time.
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable...
At no point does he talk about, like, how H3H3 went from, like, having to fight bullshit litigation to then becoming the fucking guy who sues people that are anonymous accounts on Reddit. Like the whole, like, suing of people on Reddit and anonymous people making fun of, like, there might be an angle to go with there for a content cop about the litigation, but he doesn't touch on any of that.
Situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total.
It's actually kind of fucking melting my mind.
I swear, I was about to say that.
It's actually like the levels of, like, distorting reality that are going on.
Who's
here,
Olivia?
No one knows.
What is
man.
Olivia?
Can you explain?
Folks, do you see why we kept this last?
Bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless.
Well, bring back that picture. Why would you
like,
choose
oh,
that
how can she be
picture?
friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anise,
look at how bad they look in that picture, which is just layered in filters. That's not even what they look like. And even with all the filters on it, Anissa still looks terrible.
Why does her eye have this like is on it?
Bro, it's just totally it's a fake photograph.
Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation
Like, I love
for
how
calling out
iDUBBBZ
Ethan.
can say that somebody else's system is scrambled. Well, he takes multiple prescription antidepressants.
Yeah.
Like, and goes to therapy. Like, I
Look
don't
at him. Is this
Look
even
at
a
him.
person? Like
look at him. His eye is fucking droopy.
he has like Ralph
The one
eye
eye
here.
doesn't even align with the other eye. I don't know if that's a boxing injury or that's a side effect of getting pegged or what.
Hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not like my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course, I was gonna stand by you. That's
well, it's kind of like, hey, are you my friend? I'll defend you. Wait, you're not gonna defend me? It's sort of a dick move. It's like it's not like currency, but it's expected as a friend.
I don't get that.
You don't want you don't know how to have a friend.
What? Just to say like that.
All right, well then fine.
Even a human, like this is crazy, man.
Well then it's like, okay, well, I guess you're not gonna defend me. We're not friends. Like you're acting like I'm a stranger or some shit.
Insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
Okay, this is where it gets insane now.
My.
This is crazy. So now he's going to tell us all of the oppression of the Irish people, how they were enslaved and mistreated, and therefore Anissa knows what it's like to be a Jew, and she knows what it's like to be oppressed. And it's like, it's just ludicrous on the face of it.
The Irish thing, yeah, maybe hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, are they really trying to claim like intergenerational trauma? The idea that Anissa's Irish ancestor 200 years ago was discriminated against by a sign that said Irish did not apply affects her in the year of our Lord 2025.
But the Jew thing does affect Jewish people now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of fucking wild. And I mean, like, we're talking about the Holocaust, man. Like, I don't know. Like, iDUBBBZ is going into a weird place where he's basically saying that it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't even say the Holocaust right now. They're like, people are shitting them for being Jewish now.
I just think
whereas Irish people don't have that right now.
I just think he's going into very dangerous territory with this. But let's let it play.
Have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well.
No, she doesn't know anything about any of this, and she's never experienced oppression. I want to point out when iDUBBBZ says Anissa is 50% Lebanese, it's not true. Anissa has admitted that she's more than 80% Irish in Discord DMs that have leaked. It's fucking bullshit. She never lived in Lebanon. She doesn't speak Arabic. She doesn't dress culturally as a Muslim. She appears white. And you use appearing white against Ethan Klein later in this video to erase his Jewish identity, whereas Anissa's identity is totally fine even though she presents as white. She's totally Lebanese, bro, and totally faces oppression based on her identity. And that's fucking bullshit, Ian.
Familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not going to fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Do we have that
I
one?
mean,
Like,
just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
I swear
So
to God,
yes,
by the way,
Yakaras.
I have seen videos, and this is true, by the way, where Israelis and Palestinians, like 5-year-old kids, will actually like line up in the town square and throw rocks at each other every Friday or every Saturday.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because they just have ingrained hatred for each other from the moment that they're fucking born. And all that they know is hatred and violence against each other, to where they do a performative ritual of throwing rocks at each other every single week. And like, this is a very complex issue between Israel and Palestine. Like, the cultures on the ground, like, this is not something for fucking retards to talk about. I'm sorry to say.
We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about
that. You're just trying to deny that you have any relationship with these people beyond following them on Twitter, and that's fundamentally dishonest and untrue.
Is that why that Denims is in your video today? You know what I mean?
Nisa and I is
bullshit.
When we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you,
Why can't Ela say this? By the way, she goes, "Listen, I don't agree with the way you did that. I think it's for so f you then. We're not friends.
Enjoy your new friends."
She's friends
with
Josh
new
has a
friends.
point. Josh coming in,
Dependent,
Lebanon was 50% Christian until they accepted Palestinian refugees, and then they took over and killed the Christians and Druze. I don't know what to say.
Just saying.
Like, I'm just saying, like, could it possibly be that both groups involved in this are backwards, barbarous desert people that believe their God gave them the rights to this land and are willing to kill and die for it? And that they're both like just completely fucking out to lunch, and that I don't really have to fucking side with either of them.
Bravo.
No,
Preach it. Preach it.
but it
Based.
can't be though, right?
with people like Denims.
I know.
Her chat,
Yeah,
which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denim.
actually participating in this whole Child Protective Service lie.
Yeah,
which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with
instead.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Ela start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Ela for the
Well, they're
past
seeing a pattern, buddy.
year.
So
At
they're
least.
gonna add other things to it because they see the pattern. I don't know.
They only care about it now.
How is this the content?
I
call?
love how atheists, completely hypocritical system Christian. Like, I don't support a crusade. I don't believe that there is like general broad support for a Christian crusade to retake the Holy Land or anything like that.
Now, because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same
Okay,
level.
whoa. I thought you just be following.
You just follow. You just be following. Oh, you're friends with them now.
Listen, we're friends.
Oh, it slips out. It slips out.
Oh my!
Level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Ela. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think
Okay,
that
but your other friend, who's not as much of a friend, is getting people to get your main friend's kids taken away. You fucking reach.
she's a good
I
person.
wonder why they're upset.
Like we think Ethan and Ela are good
Wait.
people. We think
Do
that
you though?
she's a good person like we think.
Okay, well that's
By
the
the way,
problem.
I don't think that you think either of them are good or bad people, nor do I think you care about whether they're good or bad people. What I think is you think that Denims is a useful person for you to have because there's a connection to Hassan and his clout, whereas you view that H3H3 is not a useful person to have around anymore because being Jewish has fallen out of fashion with the woke progressive mob that you're desperate to appeal to because you want to be accepted in the LA circles because Anissa is desperate for that validation. That's what I think is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan and Hila are good people? Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout.
This isn't about internet clout and attention. It's about whether or not this guy's kid should be taken away because he supports the state of Israel. Because he's a Jew. That's what this is actually about.
Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not going to make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it.
But-
you guys.
Well, you could just tell Venoms that the kids aren't covered in shit.
I don't know. All you really needed to do was just tell the truth. You didn't need to condemn either one of them. Now, if he said, okay, you have to you can't associate with this person anymore, so that might be different. That being said, like, why would you want to associate with somebody who's like rallying to get CPS involved with, like, based off of lies? Like, I don't know. To me, that's pretty fucking scummy, but you do you, bro.
You're either my best friend who's deep throating me to the base of my cock, or you are,
by the way,
Satan.
I
You're
want
the
to point out. I want to point out. It just came back to me. I wanted to bring up this point because I yelled this at my TV earlier today. So he's talking about associations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how he doesn't get rid of people based on associations. But didn't he get rid of Froggy Fresh based on his association with Sam Hyde?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all bullshit.
Wait, you're right.
It's all
fucking
bullshit.
right.
My God.
Avil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then you should have no problem publicly denouncing it.
You're being shitty. Are you a fucking child? Like, are you in high school or like what's going on here, bro? Like, I don't know. The guy is taking this shit seriously because when the government comes to your house and demands to inspect your children with the threat of taking them away, that's pretty serious to most people. You're being shitty. You're asking me to come to your defense and say that your house isn't a fucking shithole. Well, I'm not going to do that because Palestine. That's fucking bullshit, bro.
Right?
Shit.
Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, oh, he doesn't work with us anymore. But that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't
Okay. Do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is. And they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess.
Aren't you holding him accountable for other people's actions right there? How is it his fault that people on the Reddit thought it was Dane? Aren't you holding him guilty by association?
Yes.
It's like all of these arguments are self-defeating and collapsing in on themselves real quick.
It's wild. Yo, I gotta take a piss. Want me to hit play?
Just hit play. Just hit play,
I've been
man. We gotta get
forever.
through this.
I've been holding
shit.
it in forever. 1 second.
And you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would
silence
like
is
to
endorsement
pause this
of the
relationship
behavior
until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find
he'd like
a
to
moment
pause
in time,
the relationship
I don't know how long
until
it'll
it's
be, but a
acceptable
moment in
to
time
be
in the
Jewish
future
again.
where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it
when
right
the
now,
conflict
but
between
you've
Israel and
insisted-
Palestine
you've insisted
ends,
that this
then
is an
I'll be your
important thing
friend.
to address. I would
great.
have been perfectly fine with
That's
you
nice.
not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you.
You're
not
admitting you're a
blasting
fair
me and my
weather
wife
friend.
on your
You're
podcast
admitting you're a fair
twice.
weather friend.
I would be fine
You
with
said
you not
I have to
brigading
pause this
my
until
comment
times are
section
better.
on my podcast
Oh,
that gets 3,000 views
it was
a week
him who
because
brigaded
I prefer
it.
to not to do harassment
cope!
campaigns
The
and
cope!
instead talk about
cope!
vampires
cope!
kiss.
Like they say something like he doesn't work for me,
It
and I
gets 3,000
strongly
views
disagree. And I
because it's
support Ethan.
boring.
The problem is
The problem is that she
Oh
doesn't.
my God.
problem.
You
That's
picked
the problem.
worst time to walk
she
away.
actually
She thinks they
probably-
have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go yourself. What about your girl? This is
You all right? What happened? What did I miss?
This guy tried to blame the fact that his podcast only gets 3,000 views on that he doesn't drama monger and instead he chooses to watch vampires kiss. And not the fact that it's the most boring, awful program that the internet has ever fucking seen.
Are you fucking kidding?
It's crazy. And he admitted to being a fair weather friend. He said, I want to put this on pause until it's more convenient for me to be your friend.
That's fucking twisted. That's twisted.
This is what I'm talking about. This aggression.
By the way, do you know how many YouTubers don't drama monger but get views?
Oh my God. So many. I'm gonna
Literally.
lose my voice.
That you're putting out into the world.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support
Right.
harassment. It's a bad thing, but it
No, you
happens.
do.
And you're perpetuating it.
This guy is a subscriber to the philosophy there are no bad tactics, only bad targets. He believes that any amount of cruelty, humiliation, attack is justified against people that he politically disagrees with. That's what he believes.
That's fucked.
Don't let him fool you any other way. That's what he believes.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass.
I gotta say, by the way, I know that this is not probably going to go over well with a lot of people in our audience, but as I was watching this, I thought, you know, Ian and Anissa are the exact sort of people that would turn in their Jewish neighbor to the Nazis because all they care about is the prevailing opinion in their minds of the society in which they live. And all they care about is appeasing power so they can be rewarded and climb the ladder of society.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing. H3H3 is Jewish. He supports Israel, so he has to be cast aside so they can climb the ladder in Hollywood, which is a very crazy thing to say, you know, considering how many Jews are in Hollywood. But this is like the mindset the guy has.
People. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself, in terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting.
Oh my God.
To suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No,
but that's
I'm
basically
friendly
what
with
you said. I mean, that's what you said, right? Like when he was popular, he was promoting Creator Clash, and like you loved it. But then the moment that it becomes politically incorrect in your social circles to be friends with a guy who's a Zionist, then you flip on him. So you are a fair weather friend, and you admitted that, and you admitted you wanted to put a pause on the friendship until it was more convenient for you. So you are a fair weather friend by your own admission.
you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go f yourself.
Oh my God. For him, it's rich of him to say that. Your content is the worst, iDUBBZ.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn
he has
today?
no self-awareness at all, because the prevailing public opinion is this guy hasn't made anything worthwhile in years.
Ever. In 8 years, at least. In 8 years.
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcast.
This is
not what podcasts are
let
for.
him finish it. Listen, let him finish it, because it's just the
SR.
most.
There was a way to approach us to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do.
He's basically said that podcasts are not meant to be an emotional dumping ground or a therapy session. When his podcast is an emotional dumping ground and therapy session nearly every single week.
Yes.
I just don't know how he can say things like this. Just lack the self-awareness to say things
The
like this.
audacity of this motherfucker.
He's even said on his own show that the podcast is a form of therapy for him.
Extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted, and I feel defensive, and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you. And a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
He's the voice of the
easy to be
voiceless.
anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
Yeah, this is so true. Zinamesh says he can get away with saying this because no one watches his podcast except the casino. True.
Exactly. That's the problem. Nobody knows what he's like on a week-to-week basis. But I was going to say this. When the dust settles on this, iDUBBZ and Anissa are going to be in such a horrible position. They really don't know what they did.
Yeah.
It's going to be really bad for them.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're watching on Clip Channel, remember to hit like, share this, all that stuff. It helps support. It helps spread the word. Write in comments, you know.
How much drama?
How much do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like
their kids are being like, CPS is coming to their house. Fucking idiot.
Anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not,
by the way,
completely unjustified.
I love how the greatest crime in the world is this guy getting made fun of for his wife starting an OnlyFans and being a fucking cock. But this guy being concerned about anti-Semitism is like the most insane and unhinged thing. And he's like obviously delusional for being concerned about anti-Semitism. Okay.
To be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, F you, you guys are being bad.
But you couldn't stand up for them when their kids were being like, CPS was investigating. Yeah, okay.
I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights.
Right.
You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything?
My God.
Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're going to have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and...
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hassan.
This is all just such fucking
it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going.
I'm sorry, oh my
Who
God.
gives a shit? Skip ahead a minute. Holy
God,
fuck.
yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like people like Anissa
didn't work for this type of streaming, which is watching people's shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it.
Hold on.
Why would you
Ian, you're iDUBBZ. Like, do you not aware that you used to shit on people in police content all the fucking time?
Everyone does this though.
I don't know. Man.
Every big podcast in the world does this.
Doesn't your Messiah Hassan do this too?
He does more than anyone.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
So it's okay for him to make his millions attacking other people, and then he can pull up the ladder after he's already made it. Nobody else is allowed to go after anybody because it's toxic and bad. It's similar to what's his name, the Borat actor who said that we can no longer have offensive comedy, Sacha Baron Cohen, who pulls up the ladder after he made his millions. It's just funny how that works.
Expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims. Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators.
Okay.
You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
So by
she
the
could
way,
say
30 minutes
and
in,
it would make her a little bit
Right.
uncomfortable.
So 30 minutes in to the casual viewer, how has Ethan Klein been exposed?
0%.
Do. Like, is any of this damaging to any? Like,
Well,
this
it makes
sounds like
iDUBBZ look fucking hypocritical,
this
but
is
people don't
your
even know.
insane personal drama on display.
Yeah, he's a Jew. Hello, Jew. Hello, Jew. That's what. That's when they've been exposed.
Well, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be
which
commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, "Hey, their house is clean. They're, they're actually good people." Like that's gonna get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids.
They would. Ethan
and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have Giardia.
So if no one cared, then what was the big problem of saying it then?
Or whatever the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not.
You're the snake is strong, man.
My business.
Oh yeah.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's
Yes, it
difficult
does.
and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable. Is
Where are
that
the jokes?
It's not always easy.
Why are you
This
saying
is the joke. The whole thing is.
Oh
I'm
man.
not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what
by
they
the way,
are. I
he chose, instead of being H3's lapdog, to be Hassan's lapdog. But it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been a lapdog. It would have just been telling the truth.
Yeah.
like we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast.
Buddy, you know what this reminds me of?
So that means...
Remember his circle of irony? Except this makes even less sense and is even more retarded. Look at, bro, I have my graph, bro.
Means that you are...
Why is Frogan a character in anything?
It's all AstroTurf, man.
That's like, it's crazy.
Anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, Daily Dose of Internet is
buddy,
anti-Ethan. Gee.
This is not based off of simply following somebody. It's based off of you hiring these people and your wife being friends and in the DMs of these people. You've admitted to being friends with Denim. Like this, it's not just that they're following. This is bullshit what you're doing.
Jesus, this is up. Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's up. We're going to want to avoid these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them.
What we're gonna see here, what we're gonna see here in these next two parts of the chart is the reason why iDUBBBZ snaked H3H3 in favor of Hassan, because he wants access to these people.
Yes.
They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and iDUBBBZ's feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that...
This is gaslighting. It's like, it's not even what he's talking. He said, can you just say that I don't fucking beat my kids? This has nothing to do with anything.
Exist below Hassan, but are still anti-Ethan. But Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan.
This is what Ian wants. He wants to move to LA and have Stavros and Theo Vaughn. And he thinks that if he has access through Hassan and he does this and it hurts ETHAN KLEIN, that he will get these celebrities on his show, which is totally fucking delusional and insane. But that's part of why he snaked H3H3, was that he believed that he had the potential to get these people on his show.
Theo Vaughn has no idea about any of this shit. Do you think Theo Vaughn, he doesn't know?
It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't with his ideology. But he's gonna keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast. We could talk about Bill Burr, ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and he mocks your content nuke.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man. And I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh, no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that. And I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it.
I'm gonna have to pull
you're
a fucking
coward.
Tylenol
It's just his job.
soon, bro. Like, man.
I gotta be real. Like, Stavros didn't say that the guy should have his kids taken away. He's a killer. He's, you know, that shit. All he did was make fun of the content nuke being ineffective, which it was. So that means that H3H3 should go scorched earth and go in on Stavros being fat and not having teeth. Like, I don't know.
How does Andy feel knowing that Hassan is a One Piece weeb? I don't care.
That's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although he's sniffing around.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. Well, this guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic. And he interviewed a fucking, basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now, which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because
that's projection. And it, honestly, it's probably true for both of them, but it is projection on Ian's part as well.
Yeah.
I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him to know.
Like iDUBBZ does the same thing where he only picks on the weakest targets that he knows won't be able to fight back.
Yeah.
Like it's the same behavior.
That we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a video.
The guy just said the phrase, he's not going to be bullied. You're a grown-ass fucking man. Holy.
And you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
This is the weakest gotcha ever, by the way.
Oh, this is... Okay. Oh my God. That last segment was just...
It was rough, wasn't it?
Oh my God. I'm not even joking, dude. I felt like I'm in a car accident. Holy shit. This is the next point. Guys, this point is ridiculous. Watch this. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry if it's sore.
Yeah, I don't think it was that
Sorry. The button.
That was fine.
big a deal. Of all the things that
Anywho.
it always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Hila were like, we would kill button that right now if we could.
Who
I
cares?
can't change who I am.
I know. That's why.
Guys, I'll explain to you.
I love how that's a bad thing, that he doesn't want to change who he is and he doesn't want to completely give up on being edgy and being a funny guy. That's supposedly a bad thing.
Yeah, so the button, basically, he has this button that you could press video or audio and it will mute or remove the video so he could like say something fucking really edgy, the N-word or whatever, and he could smash the audio button, say it, and then hit it back on. Okay.
Yeah, and people are pointing in the chat. Didn't Ian spend $20,000 on that XXX Temptation iCube that's in the background?
Yeah,
of his
iCube.
video?
Yeah.
I believe it was $30,000 from what I remember.
And by the way, like, is it a bad thing to have like the button in case you get banned off of YouTube? I mean, like, it makes sense.
I mean, iDUBBZ paid for an $18,000 tattoo for his wife.
Yeah.
That he missed out on one of his best friend's weddings for.
And it's like, how would iDUBBZ doesn't live stream? He doesn't. I mean, he does, but it's like World of Warcraft. But I mean, like a real live stream.
I mean, he doesn't consistently live stream because he has no actual audience or viewers that will watch him stream, and he has no talent like for having a stream of consciousness that anybody would pay any attention to, because there's nothing in his fucking brain rattling around at all.
Yeah. By the way, it's like he spent $20,000. He makes that in a day. Who cares? To him, that's pocket change, okay? It's not like he's broke and he spent all his money on the button.
That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it.
Changing his behavior. Okay, what are you, a fucking teacher? What are you, kindergarten teacher?
Exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong,
that's it. That's a joke, Ian.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't actually insecure about the joke getting like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like that's retarded, bro. It's so
He's hitting
dishonest.
Yeah. And how is any of this a dunk?
Button.
Well, how is any every viewer? By the way, the idea of an effective hit piece is to, in my opinion, number one, in the minds of a normie and unbiased viewer, completely taint the motherfucker and make them radioactive. Or two, cause the person's own fans to turn against them and stop supporting them. Neither of those things are going to happen, because nothing he's brought up to any normal person is, oh my God, this is bigoted or awful or anything. He's a rapist or a pedophile or any of that. No. Because he's not radioactive. And two, every viewer of the H3H3 podcast knows he has the button. And they don't care. It's like, oh, the Kino Casino, the hit piece is PPP has a bell. Don't you not want to support them now?
Okay, you know.
What? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big.
The joke is like, hey, it's edgy.
The joke is he's going way too far, and he has, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's problematic, guys. Whoa, whoa! This is coming from Mr. Slur, and both of you two used to do that shit. Whoa!
Oh, this is like the perfect example is people who were upset with us censoring for YouTube. It's like, do you want us to be banned then? I don't know. Like,
I think you guys are wrong.
And by the
on this
way,
one. I think
fucking Ian, don't you do a podcast that you edit stuff you don't want in the podcast out?
We've seen it.
You know, exactly.
you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more.
What?
It's a joke, you fucking...
This is an improvisational performance. Like, I don't know. Like, this is, you don't understand live streaming. You don't script out every single thing you're going to say, bro. The whole point is that it's live, that it's raw, that it's real, that it's not polished, that it's not bullshit. It's not like what you're doing right now.
You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time to excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself goblin mode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whether it's called like goblin mode, going off,
edgy,
going hard in the paint, or whatever, like, I don't know. Forgive them. He's trying to be entertaining.
You know?
I know that that's like a foreign concept to you because you're just a castrated cuckold in 2025. But, you know, people actually used to go out on a limb. And this is part of the problem with the internet today is this iDUBBBZ mentality that you should just completely neuter yourself and just always be safe. Well, if you're always going to be safe, you're always going to be fucking boring and predictable. This is retarded.
Goblin mode, is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
You are goblin mode today. You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused.
I'm trying, bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode.
Why are we talking about
this? This is actually insane.
So there are no bad tactics, only bad targets. So when it's corporations, when it's the right, when it's Trump, when it's Elon, that's okay. But if it's ever against it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's ever against anybody you disagree with them going after, oh my God. Woo.
Big
This
entity
is the guy who used
is
to say,
trying to attack.
It's either all okay or none of it is okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now it's only okay if it's Elon Musk. Like,
yeah.
Heck you.
Like, if you me over, if you steal money from me,
And by the way, Hassan Piker is the little guy, right?
Yeah.
Hassan Piker, it's punching down, right?
Doesn't Hassan go goblin mode on Jewish people and Americans and white people?
Patronize me. If you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, treat me like...
He goes, iDUBBBZ is talking about the ethics of something called goblin mode. How the mighty have fallen.
A fucking idiot? I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior,
Are you
not
a
changing
kindergarten teacher right now? Are you Dora the Explorer?
You gotta reflect on your behavior, children.
Is this fucking YTV from back in the day? Like, what the fuck is this shit?
behavior. That's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew
Maybe
member
they should go work
has
at
it bad.
McDonald's.
Yeah, at least he has employees.
I don't know.
To
You're
be
getting
around-
paid to be on a fucking podcast.
Yeah, they can
It's
quit if
about
they
as
want.
cushy as it gets.
Yeah.
Ethan, period, would be
Oh, the poor podcast workers.
Oh my God. The means of production has been taken from the proletariat. The podcast workers must cast down Mr. Krabs' chains of oppression. Stop it.
nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way,
just don't listen. Your critique of her is correct. It's just, you know, people are sensitive about women being
wait a
called
minute.
that word.
I gotta say, what about when Uncle Dane is like being talked down to by Anissa on the podcast, where she's shitting on him for being late and, you know, like saying nasty stuff, like saying he has nice skin. He has, they don't pay him for one, and they demand him to conform to their schedule, and they treat him like fucking shit. And it's obviously an unprofessional environment on your podcast. Also, just stop.
Yeah.
And so,
like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not, folks. This is a podcast. This isn't a corporate headquarter office.
Assuming his pronouns, and fuck all these people. Go ahead.
No,
and I'm not yelling at you. I'm just. Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a
Korean.
Oh, Dan, come on! You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POC. God.
You know, Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that
By
the
the
internet
way, I just got to say, every single H3H3 viewer knows about this scandal, and I'm just going to preemptively address it. You know, not every conversation in the workplace is sunshines and rainbows. And if your boss, you know, you're not living up to the performance that he wants you to have, he's going to fucking tell you.
Yeah.
And it might not be in the kindest way. And I just know firsthand, me and Andy, from being live broadcasters, that sometimes you have to sometimes the flow isn't working or something is awkward, and you have to DM the person and adjust on the fly.
Yes.
To what's going on. And sometimes it's not going to be in the most pleasant and flowery way. This to me is such a fucking nothing burger. It's
yeah, sometimes you have to just be real with a person. Yeah.
Was going to hear it. It was rude. It was nasty.
Let's
and
hear
it
this.
didn't have this caveat of I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
We're doing it.
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just this is what I'm talking about when it's always
We need to get home for our kids.
it's bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just thought about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday, maybe. Is it?
You guys,
All right, I'm taking my hand off.
Whoa. Whoa, that was
What-
abusive.
That wasn't
Did he-
anything.
Did he yell at him, "You're a fucking reach"?
It wasn't anything.
Shit. Did he say slurs? This is pearl clutching. There are more aggressive workplace disputes in every workplace in America every single day.
That was nothing. He's like, hey, you're making it awkward. We're trying to get out of here. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, all that. Thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button f***ed him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know you
you've
do,
done, and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's every time we do it, it's the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button f***ed me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over like that?
The button f***ed you? AB f***ed you? Who f***ed you? You f***ed yourself by being an asshole. He makes
What the fuck? He was just telling him to do something.
I don't
seem
know, man.
like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
Oh my
Tyrant?
God.
A
For most of it,
tyrant?
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
Maybe he was making it awkward and terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if he was, you have to say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know you do.
And I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to pull up that photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Have these people ever worked a real job?
Look, is Ethan perfect? No. Okay. Okay, what? Hang him? Kill him? Well, you exposed that. Look, he streams what every day, right? Like 5 days a week?
Yeah.
You're going to fuck up from time to time. You're going to fuck up.
At the end of the day, ETHAN KLEIN is the boss.
Yeah.
He signs the checks that pay this guy's bills.
You can spit on him if you want. I'm just kidding, obviously.
Well,
but you know what I mean?
but we're not going to that degree. But
I'm just kidding,
it was a pretty mild correction. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Are we adults here? Are we children? Like, is the workplace, like, is it supposed to be like kindergarten? Or what is it?
Well, we'll say this. Sometimes he goes too far and his producer has to correct him. Yeah, sometimes, like, you know, like, people will say edgy things. People who are edgy will say edgy things. And someone else will have to be like, hey, man, like, don't say it like that. Don't say it like that on the show. We could be banned or something. That happens. He's not perfect.
For clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
Just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well,
Well, you just asked how it changed
Surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay, all right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily. And
Okay, but that's his fucking show. And guess what? They get 40,000 viewers live. It's working.
You must be doing something right.
It's working.
the same way that he leans on the button, Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior.
Yeah, he hired people for that reason. Okay.
And give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan
okay, guys, go work at McDonald's.
No. We're 44 minutes in, guys.
Refuses to give it
so close. Oh my, I could taste the ending.
Back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the.
You're not allowed to talk about the conflict because your employees are Lebanese? What sense does that make? They're citizens of the country in which the conflict is happening.
Fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change.
Then those two women can quit if they're uncomfortable.
And he wants to bring the entire crew down with him because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like
he's the boss. Like, it's his enterprise. The business succeeds or fails based on him. People are tuning in for him. He's the draw of the program, and he's not allowed to talk about what he wants on his own fucking program?
Yeah.
Really?
Looking at like 20 goblin modes to one too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
What makes demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating.
By the way, the entire expose is stuff he does on his show regularly.
Yeah.
It's not like a secret Discord where he was doxing people.
Because the guy was actually scared to go hard because he's a fucking coward. And he's a bitch.
Force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with
Josh says
I was with, yeah, go ahead.
I was with H3 until I heard about demon mode. Now it's too far.
the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George, like the Eye of Sauron. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because People
Copyright.
saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait for you guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing
I was
the
wrong.
classic.
I actually forgot that he did bring this up because it was drowned in such an ocean of irrelevant bullshit. This is what the crux of the entire video should have been. The entire video
suing people is fucking gay.
Should have been, you went full circle. You talked about these lawsuits, these people suing you, they're pieces of shit. And now that you're on top, you've become that guy that's suing people to crush them and ruin their lives.
Yeah, suing
and
people is fucking
lawfare
gay.
is bullshit. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, exactly. Suing people is retarded. He had the fund, right? Was like the H3 fund for people who were being sued. Yeah.
And that's like a betrayal. That's a betrayal of the core promise or premise of the creator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like at no point in this has it been like Keemstar's N-word rant against Alex, Rice Gum's stream. You know what I'm saying? Like these like big moments where people, oh my God, I didn't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Should have started with this. Yeah.
You have a deficit of friends. You have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad.
don't
you
you?
feel hurt. But you also have a
Exactly.
surplus of money.
Don't
So what
you?
can you
Like-
do? You can use
like,
that
that's-
money.
That's such a f***ed up way of looking at things. Like, I don't know, if you're standing for what you believe is truly right, it doesn't matter if there's nobody else standing with you. If you're planting yourself by the river of truth and you know, fighting for what you believe in, that's what's most important. Not how many fucking friends you have in Hollywood. That's fucking bullshit.
To bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power. You have a ton of options. You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
Okay,
I've never wanted to sue someone.
Doesn't all of that apply to you in the OnlyFans saga?
Yeah.
Doesn't all of that apply to you? And yet you chose the worst possible options and crashed out.
Wait, what's he?
For defamation, but like at what point? Like, at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, you know, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler.
Well,
because
you
Dan
know what?
Clancy, the Nazi.
And New Kane has a good point here. It sounds to me like they're trying to recruit H3 into their cult. Well, it is. It's like you have to be mind broken and convinced that you yourself are worthless, and you need to go to therapy to be indoctrinated that whatever the woke mob says is true, and you need to just submit to it and live your life on your knees like an animal and a slave.
Yeah.
And that's what they're actually just trying to mentally break this guy and gaslight him into believing that he's the source of everything wrong, and that Hassan is a poor, innocent underdog in poverty. He's the rich, evil guy punching down. It's crazy.
Fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make it like
struggle
actionable,
tech.
which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I was
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just on his
That's
base.
funny.
That's a joke.
I make that joke
That's
once
funny.
a week.
That's funny. Like, listen, no, like I like when we go like, listen, we don't have proof of this, but if
Just
I
looking
were to
at him,
guess
doesn't
if he was a
look like it's
pedophile,
actually-
I would be.
I don't know.
That's a joke.
And you know, maybe we shouldn't be so loose with that stuff. I don't know, but I just feel
edginess is edginess, right?
But like the thing is, if you're taking Kino Casino or you're taking old iDUBBBZ or old H3 seriously, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not meant to be a super fucking serious shit.
Interesting. We're not saying that he's H3 is funny. We're saying he's making a joke. Like, there's a difference between that.
Well, at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Sampson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You'll be living
funny. It was the funny line. Yes, the sentence was funny. Did I say he was funny as a person? No,
with your
but it
parents
was
for
funny.
a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean?
No, he
Try
can never be
46.
funny. He can
No
never say
a video
one funny
that was critical
line.
of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show.
Yeah, you.
Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Sampson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Sampson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about the left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that
I do genuinely agree with iDUBBZ here to a certain extent, in that Ethan Klein was warned by a lot of people that Hassan Piker was an insane extremist.
Exactly.
And they had a lot of examples and clips that they showed to him, but he disregarded all of it to chase the clout of Hassan's audience and to get a taste of that sweet, sweet political grift. So when he tries to pretend, and I said this when we covered the content nuke, when he tries to pretend he was an innocent babe in the woods, lamb who had no idea, that's fucking bullshit. However, what Ian is about to do in this segment is go full read about the 9/11 shit. So let's watch.
When he starts to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to.
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews
that
at
it's
large
great.
view it. I don't think that is the.
What in what position are you to even say that?
It's not
speak for my
motivated
entire
by
ethnic
myself.
group.
It's motivated
That's
by
crazy to me.
Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology.
My mind is melting, bro.
I gotta say,
recognizing
the reason why nobody wants to talk to Sam Cedar is not because he's some genius or brilliant guy or whatever. It's because he has no following. He's completely irrelevant, and he's also a fucking retard. And he's boring as fuck. He doesn't bring in any numbers, and that's why nobody wants to talk to the fucking guy.
I don't even know who Sam Cedar is.
Our race, religion,
Exactly.
nationality,
Barely.
all this
I've
shit,
heard the name
all
once,
shape
I
our
think.
experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large?
I
I'm
just gotta
telling you.
say, like, not a single person involved in any of this is qualified to talk on any of this. Like, not iDUBBZ, not Ethan Klein, not Hassan. They're all just like pig ignorant on all of this stuff.
But yeah, he was in Bob's Burgers. He's an actor. Okay, I didn't know that.
How Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same...
The idea that Ethan Klein should be having serious long-form political discussions is...
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Gender. I think Ethan understands this concept.
Yeah,
though.
okay. Why don't you talk to Sam Hyde? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Why doesn't Ethan go and Ian go and debate his critics? Why doesn't he go battle right-wing voices?
Yeah.
Maybe H3 doesn't want to be a debate bro. Maybe he doesn't see the value in having retarded conversations that are always in bad faith, that they're never actually about arguing the points. They're just about like bullshit. Like, it's straight up. There's no point. In my personal opinion, we've all seen these debates a million fucking times. They're always bad faith. They never ever move anything forward. Nobody is actually trying to engage with the ideas. It's all just theater.
Yeah.
It's all nonsense.
Exactly. Yeah. It's bread and circuses. That's it.
And a lot of these people, like I'd say Sam Hyde's position on this, but these people want you dead.
Yes.
Like there's no arguing with somebody who believes that you should be fired from your job if you use the incorrect pronouns. There's no arguing with somebody that believes that children should be castrated. They should be chemically castrated and not go through puberty. There's no arguing with people like that. These people are power tripping scumbags who want to see you broke and dead, and they think that it's funny, and there's no use arguing with them.
There's going to be like the percentage chance. There's like 0.0001% chance that someone's going to be a conservative or a liberal, vice versa, and switch sides after a debate.
Yeah, and they're just honestly misinformed. And if you just say the right thing to them, oh, bro, that's a good point. Like, this doesn't happen.
Like, do you guys think that you'd watch a Destiny debate and then go, you know what? Destiny made a great point there. I'm going to switch sides. No, it's bread and circuses. It's just for entertainment purposes.
Listen to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
No, by the way, there are chances that someone will be red-pilled or someone's going to like convert like Ian, but it's very, very rare.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking bitch.
Okay,
You're right. I call her a see you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have.
I'm curious what do Lena and Sam think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be in consensus that it's in poor form. I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm going to have to pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing.
Why would he want to?
No, but I agree. I agree. Like, if you're going to go into business with somebody, you should probably do like
for that,
basic research. You know, that's what I'm saying. I think him trying to pretend he was a victim and that Hassan suckered him in, I think that that's fucking
Well, I thought he
bullshit.
was meaning
He was
after.
clout chasing.
I thought he meant after, like recent. Okay, yeah.
Doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made how many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours talking to this guy? Yeah. You didn't have a problem with any of it until, Ethan talks about being aware of Hassan's 9/11 comments. And then sort of leaves it at that.
Right,
like it was just a joke.
We're about to go full fucking tard. We're going full.
Telling you, the only points that he made was that good 5 minutes out of so far the hour and 6 minute video.
Just prepare yourselves for how stupid this is.
Okay.
Describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this
Okay, so then it's...
Let him finish it. Let him finish it.
case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have...
So what he's saying is that this is a legitimate point that Hassan made against American imperialism.
Oh my God.
It wasn't a joke. It was a passionate critique of American imperialism.
No.
And he's basically co-signing it, is what he's saying. He's not condemning it. He's saying it wasn't a joke. It was a serious statement. And essentially what he's saying is because of American imperialism in the world and in the Middle East, that is blowback. That is the consequences of America's own actions, and that American civilians deserved what they got on September 11th. That's what he's saying.
Oh my God.
Looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes.
Like, isn't it crazy to say goblin mode is going too far?
But this is fine.
That 3,000 Americans deserve to die that day.
Oh,
is okay.
but you know, he says edgy jokes and has to hit a button.
Whoa.
Are you fucking kidding? Oh, okay. Oh, man. Oh, the shit I want to say, but I can't.
If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it. But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult.
So hang on. Ethan defending Israel and his own culture is like an expose for 30 minutes. But Hassan saying that Americans deserve 9/11 because they're mad at the system is fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and you went to Ethan, the Hassan's house.
Mm-hmm. Ela are watching Matt Lieb saying
this
that
guy
one state doesn't
very bad thing. I'm so happy his life is over.
I just wonder, like, why don't they move to the Middle East?
Yeah,
you know, if they hate America so much, if it's so bad, they don't even live in Canada when they could live in Canada. But it's American imperialism is so bad as they directly benefit from American imperialism, the cheap cost of goods and all of that. You know, why don't they go live in a Muslim country and see how far they get acting the way they do? They wouldn't be allowed to live in these cultures that they're defending to the last breath.
Yeah.
Represent all Jews. They cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my God.
Israel, this is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like.
Why are they talking about, they don't even know
I
what
think
they're
Israel
talking
has.
about.
Says it's a place
really
where
dumb.
Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel.
Oh my fucking God. Do you think that, so Ian, do you really think that the Muslims and Palestinians there, if they take over there, they'll be tolerant of letting Jews live amongst them? Are you that naive? Like, are you fucking dumb? And this is just insane.
Is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together.
The worst thing about this war between H3 and iDUBBBZ is that I'm so sick of hearing the Israel-Palestine conflict.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, is he really going to try and pretend that the vast majority of Jews don't support Israel?
Yeah.
Like it's a huge, massive percentage are Zionist. It's only a very small percentage that aren't.
Yeah. But aren't you just like Oh my God. Okay, we get it. Jews versus Palestine. Like, okay.
So when they're being criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Don't even act like that. That didn't mean what they were trying to make it mean. Come
We're
on.
gonna need your help to discuss and figure
Buddy, we fucking
out
know
who
what
can say
this-
Habibi and
So
who can't.
tired.
You got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it slurs? And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab.
Okay, we
Now, when
covered this 3 times.
I first saw play on the
Yeah. We
Muslim
covered
video,
this. We covered this
I'm
already.
with that. Top, that's the best thing you can be on. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face motherfucker.
Oh,
Pale
man.
face. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So hog is my favorite. I use
comfortable.
What do you?
I think I'm white. Like I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white
Why? Yeah,
than Hassan.
I don't know.
Let's just continue. Let's just continue.
We're now at the point though where Hassan is claiming to be white, and it's just not so. Like,
White than you.
So yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are
There's a
different.
different context when you're talking about the war.
I just think it's amazing where Ian's able to erase Ethan's Jewish identity, but we all have to respect Denise's totally true and valid Arabic Muslim identity.
Yeah.
Because to anybody passing her on the street, they would immediately recognize her as Muslim and begin to persecute her for it.
Drop the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi, and then it's like Hassan. Okay, actually, he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like
We say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
Okay.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture,
I actually don't care anymore.
Do you understand Arab culture? Like, bro, it's just brutal.
This video is brutal.
At all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in
Okay,
the
if we're gonna
store.
pretend like there wasn't a meaning behind this during this whole culture war between Israel and Palestine, then okay, there's no point in even talking about this.
I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra.
I don't
Who
care.
cares?
I don't care.
Why
I
don't they make
care.
their own fucking hummus? Who gives a fuck? Oh my god! Are
communities and
kidding
distribution
This is horrible.
facilities are not widespread across the U.S. So what are they left with? They're left with a common,
free market.
relatable,
Oh my God.
shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days,
Your content
he goes
copster.
on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody wants to prefer Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. You know, it's what's there.
Like weirdly fluffy.
It is
Sabra.
fluffy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is,
Okay, do you want us to fucking put a bullet in
Bro.
Ethan?
I don't know. Like, what the is the point of any of
Should
this?
we? Like, it's not like he's a pedophile or he's exposed that he fucking did.
Did he
this or-
commit fraud? Did he do a crypto rug pull?
Like,
Did he like?
If it was
What?
like this shit, like this level of expose, but it was comedy based, that's different.
There's so much of this that could have just been cut.
This is like
I don't
serious.
know like how much of this I would have even left in. I don't know, man. There's probably less than 5 minutes of coherence in this entire project.
Like if you're going to expose someone in like it's not very serious, it should be funny. He has the tone like he just caught this guy doing like charity fraud. Like, oh my God.
With Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. Imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's insane.
Kill him. Like, I don't know what to say.
Crazy.
Yeah. I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related.
Why are we having a discussion about Sabra hummus? I gotta ask, man.
Losing my mind.
This is
To
ridiculous.
a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
Whoa, he's a Nazi. Like, I don't know, man. If you're a Jew, don't you have the pass to do whatever Nazi shit you want?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you. There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle.
Oh no,
And
here we go, folks.
Ethan got
Oh
an
my
A+
God, here we go.
rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Now, I just
Ethan
want
won't
to
stop
point
talking.
out that this Honda guy also gave iDUBBBZ apology that turned everyone against him an A+ too. So we can just immediately wipe our asses with his opinion because it's worthless.
About his A+ rating.
You know, he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score, a perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm the best at
10 out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint?
Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. This one is actually...
Imagine, Ash, do you know how much time it probably took him to go and find like him saying this in every podcast? Probably,
I think
probably 2 days, 3 days.
I'm gonna be real. This guy slapped the shit together so fast.
No, I think it took him a while. I think
that's fucking sad if it did.
I think it took him a long time.
Best apology, so... ETHAN KLEIN, you guys, oh my
I
God.
think this part took a long time.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went to visit psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth...
Why? Like, what is wrong with you?
It's not even funny. It's not. It's weird. It's just weird.
How would that be a W in any way? As though anybody cares about the opinion of this therapist. But for this guy, this therapist, he may as well be God. Like, he may as well be Zeus, Allah, Jesus Christ himself walking on the water. Because whatever this therapist says is the definitive authority of the gospel to him.
Worth trying, and, you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, iDUBBBZ, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person, that eventually he will feel sorrow.
This is so boring.
And will
What's the point of this? Like, is it that the only way forward is to bow down to this Honda guy?
And
then he'll
isn't that from Street Fighter?
Yeah, I know. You confess all your sins to E Honda here from Street Fighter, and then
Skinny E
magically
Honda?
you're forgiven. Like, what is going on?
Feel sorry and will
That's what I thought.
apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, I
Unfortunately,
honestly,
Kirk did not.
when that played, I actually thought that I had edited it. I'm like, what happened? Like, I'm watching the video on my TV from his channel. Like, did I put this edit in, like, in a time machine or something? But no, that's actually iDubb's own edit, which
'Cause
is the
he's
best
mad
part.
he wouldn't change his apology, like, grade?
Yes.
Okay.
Change his grade, but that's okay because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to
I
rate.
love he has to
Apology
like
rating
cope.
is gay.
This is so gay. There's like apologizing on the internet in and of itself is gay.
Yeah.
Like who gives a you just have to own it and fucking move on.
Yeah.
You know?
Say
I
sorry
don't know.
once. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean that. And
I
move
don't
on.
know. I don't know. Like it's all just fucking performative and gay.
It is.
Please still watch my content.
Yeah.
Give me money, please. Like okay, it's really gonna change, you know, somebody's view. It's just stupid as but,
Ethan's apology a B
Yeah,
minus.
yeah.
That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of
my
pisses
God.
me off to hear that shit.
So, you know, the internet is saying that your wife kills people, she kills dogs, they're trying to get your children taken away, you know, but, you know, you're a genocidal maniac, da-da-da-da. But, you know, what you really just need is a hug because nobody loves you. You have no friends. You have no family. This is just full on gaslighting. And this is projection on iDubb's part because he has no friends and he has no family.
Yeah.
And he's all alone. And he's trying to pretend that ETHAN KLEIN, who actually has a family with kids, is this loner loser who just needs some positivity, who just needs a hug. And if he'll just embrace positivity and accept that Hassan Piker is God and worship before the woke cult and denounce his own people, his own faith, and his own country, then he can truly be happy. Once he goes to therapy and gets mind broken by fucking drugs, then he can be happy. But you know, this whole bullshit message of positivity, number one, it's obviously fake. Number two, it's totally condescending. And number three, the whole thing is undercut, as Josh Moon said earlier today, by the fact that Hassan Piker couldn't even find anything good to say about ETHAN KLEIN. So all these other people are like, oh, here's what I have to say good about ETHAN KLEIN. But Hassan couldn't bring himself to do it. So it's all just bullshit.
Hey, a burden victim in chat says maybe he should get another tattoo. Yeah, that's how he solves his depression. Get a tattoo.
Shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping.
Good content,
needs.
cops.
I think something that's very important to me in bringing back content.
He needs a
Isn't
what?
that,
whooping is what
by
he
the
needs.
way, wouldn't
ass
a lot of leftists say that that's stochastic terrorism, that's a call for violence?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that, but it, you know, it kind of is by their
How about
standards.
this? You need
Stochastic
an
terrorism.
You need an ass whooping. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I
okay.
think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think
That's
something
exactly what we were missing with Content
Oh,
Cop.
yeah,
The
man.
fairness.
that was not
Who asked for that?
No one.
illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid.
Who?
But I also think
He said Ian.
deserves all
Did
of the
he?
criticism
Hang on.
and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves
Oh,
all of
Ethan,
the
okay.
criticism
No, he didn't. Oh,
that
did he
he's
fucking
getting.
Freudian
I think
slip?
it's very valid. But I also think at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation
No, you're
that's
trying
making
to kill him.
extremely
You're trying to get him
scared,
killed.
paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and
You
feelings.
know, but
In
you
the
know,
spirit
Ian,
of Kirk's
Ian is never, emotional. He's never defensive. He's never paranoid. I've watched you on your podcast time and time again open up about how devastated you were by people's mean comments online.
Yeah.
This is just really rich coming from you, bro.
Who's cried about it so much time.
It's like the bottom line on this, right? This guy couldn't handle people making fun of his wife doing OnlyFans and calling him a cuck. Something that was completely within their control. But H3H3 here is facing this based off the fact that he's a Jew and his wife served in the IDF, things that they can't really control. And their children are being threatened to be taken away from them. You would not be able to stand for one day in ETHAN Klein's shoes and fight the fight that he's fought against
in his yarmulke.
Biker. There's just not one fucking day. There's not a snowball's chance in hell. Between these two people, obviously I dislike both of them. I want them both to destroy each other. But there's no doubt that ETHAN Klein is made of stronger stuff than Ian Jamha. You want to know why? Because his wife carries his last name.
Yeah. You couldn't spin that dreidel if you wanted to, Ian.
Saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why
why people were drawn to your content.
This is so brutal.
Why people are drawn to your content.
Employees chose to work with you over any.
Talk about Ethan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began.
Oh, the nice thing.
This journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are...
And you're telling me Hassan doesn't show up in this?
No.
Being lighthearted.
So it's all meaningless.
And just having fun with your friends. I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports kid that I used to watch.
That's how you don't sound robotic, by the way, is writing it off a piece of paper.
And reading it
straight off a piece of paper,
It gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stung. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut pretty good, and I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
You may as well not have any of these because.
No.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil.
Look at this.
Look
really
at this. Hard.
Well, I want to know, what is this from? Because there's apparently there must be a full recorded struggle session between iDUBBBZ and this therapist. And I'd like to see how we got here. And by the way, the whole purpose of Content Cop is to take the other guy down a peg, to, arrest the target or whatever. Felt the target. All he did here was felt himself. This is the most embarrassing part of the entire Content Cop. And it's embarrassing for him. And he talks about how H3 is emotional and it's gaslighting. Because look at him.
Look at him. He's
a
fucking blubbering.
Mess. He's a mess. And that's a sticker, bro.
Oh. I'm so sick of this fucking video, bro.
Yeah, I know.
It's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's okay, if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
This is pathetic.
Listen. The only time it's okay to cry is if
my
someone
God.
close to you dies.
Oh my God,
Slipping
man.
into a very unhealthy
Like your
place
animal or
where it's
something,
gotten worse
you know what I
and
mean?
worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up, a feeling
That
of
was
almost
pathetic.
infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes.
I'm taking some
And then when I was
Tylenol before I
criticized for
start
those
the
mistakes,
post-show.
then I would
Like, I'm
act
actually-
extremely defensive.
We did it, man.
All
Good
right,
show.
that's it. That's it.
and
Good
nasty.
show, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab a snack here and some Tylenol.
All right, we have a bunch of
some
super
things.
chats
All
that
right.
came in, and then I'm going to get out of
All right.
here. We got iCucks for 10. I'm trying to put myself in this fucker's shoes. Is supporting a terrorist sympathizing Turk Roach more important than maintaining a genuine friendship? Only people behind this have been Subhuman Hassan fans. Well, unfortunately, one of those Subhuman Hassan fans is iDUBBBZ's wife, and she is behind all of this. She controls Ian. She fucking has his balls in a chastity cage, and she wants to Hassan. And this was about, pandering to Hassan and his people in the hopes that Ian can watch from the cuck chair while his wife fucking blows Hassan. That's what it's about. Killbot for 20. Jesus Christ, Ian talking about oppression is almost as hilarious as him saying Anissa knows anything about propaganda. She doesn't know anything about anything. Well, she's an art history major who just did a show a few weeks ago talking about art history, and she eventually had to admit she had no idea what she was talking about. She got everything wrong, and it basically was worthless for her to go to school for it. So, Ethan Ralph for 10. Remember kids, JonTron and Joji won, and he said, I would do denims, bish. Well, that's the Ralph we know. Utrebs for 1234. Emp Lemon touched on Content Cop and made the argument that most of the Content Cops did only short-term damage and many bounce back. Yeah, I have watched that video, and he's correct. As much as I tried to say it made lasting damage or whatever, but I would say is they were at least influential and they were memorable videos. Nobody is going to be influenced by this, and this is not memorable. It's not funny. It's just terrible. It's boring as 5 more hats for 5. This is like watching a fond memory get completely violated and turned inside out. And for some good reason, aside from Ian's wife wanting to Hassan Piker, this is actually sad and pathetic. Walmart Financial Center for 5. Heartwarming news. All the people you hate are fighting one another. Anonymous for 5. Did you know DBDR has returned on his second channel, Saint DBDR, and is now making incel rap videos? Well, he was always making those incel rap videos on that channel, but I don't know if he actually returned or what. Knuckle Supper for 10. Have you guys ever watched JF's appearance on Modern Day Abates? No. I can't believe they had him on. Also, have you checked the ratio on the new content cope? We did that a bit earlier and it wasn't good. And then we had Nick for 4. Ethan Yaz decent, his first year online until he went left and then further and further. And his now huge downfall was it greed come over a bit of sense he had and work with biggest POS people because he was blinded by money. I think you may have had a few drinks before you wrote that, but I agree with the sentiment of it. Okay, that's going to do it for me, guys. I think Andy is doing a post show here. I hope you guys had a fun show.
It was a great
show. I know it
dude.
was a bit of a slog getting through the content cop, but we made it. So,
And thanks for the support, everyone.
see you guys Friday. If my voice, I'm losing my voice, so we'll see. But should see you Friday.